Thank you. Seeing if I can hear this IFB or not. Seeing if I can hear this IFB or not. So you can communicate with me.
I'll join you on air when I get done with the web.
That's fine. Thank you.
Is that okay?
Yes. All right, I can hear this now. I'll just try it at times, see if I can actually. Yeah, I hear you. It's just, I got a loose connection here. I'm trying to get an optimal position where it might actually function for me. Oh, it's so heavy it's going to pull my shorts off. Great. Let's do that on air. All right. All right, if you're watching this here on the live stream, we're kind of getting this going. And what we've got is this significant risk of tornadoes today. And the National Weather Service has issued this tornado watch already. And the language on it says PDS. Now, PDS is kind of a higher version of a tornado watch, if you will. And the PDS stands for particularly dangerous situation. And I'm messing with my IFB cord. I've got a loose cord. If anybody does have a cord around here, you can give me today. That'd be great because I'm not going to hear much. All right, that's the view from Concordia right now, where things are just kind of starting to get going. What we have is a severe storm warning for Concordia up to Republic County now. This one, they're saying hail the size of a ping pong ball is possible, and winds to 60. This is the beginning of this, and the timing on this is pretty close to what the computer models were showing yesterday, with the activity developing from Concordia down to central Kansas. That is the beginning of what could be a really wild day for severe weather. So tornadoes are possible, and the wording in the tornado watch says intense tornadoes are possible. Actually, it says intense tornadoes are likely. You don't see, we think tornadoes, most of us, the word, intense, you'd think that with every tornado, but when the National Weather Service, the Storm Prediction Center, they say intense tornadoes, they mean bigger ones. So bigger violent tornadoes are possible today, not just a tornado, but big ones that can cause all kinds of problems. Now, this is the tornado watch, and it goes until 8 p.m. officially at this point. Now, you'll notice Topeka's not on the watch. Buncey County is not in the watch, but that does not mean we're not in the threat. The initial PDS tornado watch is for these specific counties. These county maps are not a fence. Please don't feel like if you're in Emporia, Topeka, or Eskridge, Alma, please don't feel like you're not in a tornado risk. We all are. But what will likely happen as the afternoon and evening goes on, the storms are developing will form into kind of a line, and that line will become more of a wind damage event. So we may see the PDS tornado watch extended farther east. We might see a new tornado watch issued farther east, or we could see a severe storm watch or a PDS severe storm watch issued east. So Topeka, Emporia, if you're seeing this watch and thinking, it's going around us, it's not. It's not going around anybody. This is just the initial PDS tornado watch where they're saying intense tornadoes are likely in the area highlighted there. And again, likely is not wording you usually see on these things, and the word intense. The only thing higher than that in the language of SPC, there is a layer higher than this, and it's when they say violent, tornado, strong tornado, intense tornado, violent tornado. It's like you need a decoder, for these things. It's not written for normal folks to kind of get it. So things like intense tornado, that's a higher level. Large intense tornadoes, that's a different level. So right now what we're looking at, again, is this is just really beginning. And it's beginning in the area the computer models were indicating yesterday. We were talking about Concordia yesterday. I believe I was saying Clay Center, Concordia, Washington area. is where this will probably develop, as computer models are showing. So that's where this is. It's very close to Concordia right now. In Concordia, this doesn't show signs right now of becoming tornadic necessarily, but it certainly could very rapidly. And I'm going to give up on the IFB here, guys. It's just causing more distraction than it is a help. So I'm going to just kick it out. So Bridge, just yell at me over the loudspeaker if you need to talk to me, please. And I'd appreciate it. Just don't be shy. Just holler at me. Mitchell, same thing, okay? Just holler at me. I don't, you know, I don't want to miss a message. Please don't think that you can't holler at me. Please do. I want you to. All right, thank you. So, and we're dropping the suspenders today. If that's a disappointment, I apologize. I was here the last couple of nights so late that my brain didn't work. I left what I intended to bring hanging on the kitchen chair. Go ahead.
Okay.
You got to walk by?
Yep.
Okay. How dare you? There's only one way back there. So, yeah, the suspenders were left on the chair, and those don't work. Are they stretchy ones?
Yeah, they're stretchy.
Oh, the stretchy ones? Are those yours?
Yeah.
All right. Mitchell has stretchy ones for me. All right, I'll do this. I don't want to confuse anybody today.
It's all about messaging. That goes on the back, and then you pull them up.
If I get a minute, I'll do it. I might do it. All right. Thank you, Mitchell. See, Mitchell's trying to be a team player. The other problem we have today is, you might have noticed Mitchell's got his suit pants rolled up to his knees when he walked by there. His air conditioning has a little problem here in the station today, so we're going to get sweaty. So I may change over to polo at some point. I don't know. I've got a stack of napkins here for us to... Yeah. So we're going to be sweaty today. And if it looks like, you know, we're sweating because we're, you know, whatever, it's just that it's actually physically hot. So we're, you know, whining and woe is me. But if you look a little sweaty today, it is what it is. So we're going to do the best we can do with it anyway. So right now, the only severe storm warning we have in our coverage area is this one. And just as I say this, we got a hook right there near Scandia, and that's a hook over here near Jamestown. We'd have tornado warnings with either of or both of those at any point. Mitchell, I think you mentioned that to me earlier, that these are already hooking. These are definitely hooking. So this Scandia to Belleville, that could be a tornado warning at any point. And the thing is, these are going to develop very rapidly. So within the next hour, I'd be willing to bet the 8-piece count at Chick-fil-A. Is that what you got, or 12? 12. The 12-piece count at Chick-fil-A, I'd be willing to bet that within an hour we've got several tornado warnings going.
Start that down in 20 minutes.
It's a glamorous life working with me. Is that a quieter fan? I appreciate you being so merciful. Thank you. We still have the water behind the set, Mitchell?
Yes.
Okay. Forgive me for whining a little bit here. I'm trying to just make sure that we're a little cool. We'll be fine, but I want to make sure my brain is sharp as I can be. A lot of days we can do partly cloudy, and it's fine if I'm not 100%. I just want to be as sharp today as we can be. This may get complicated. The concern I have here is if we wind up with, you know, I've seen several situations over the years we had 3 different tornado warnings at a time. It's very rare that we have more than 3 going at one time. If we wind up with 5, 6, it's going to get wild. So I want to make sure that, you know, if we get warm and sweaty here, that we're not missing something. So right now, we're not in a lot of trouble yet. But what I'm seeing here is these storms just straight west of Concordia and just south of Scandia, those are spinning already. And that's what the National Weather Service is mentioning with these, is they would rapidly intensify. Right there is about the weakest rotation you're going to see, but that's the start. That fan's actually quiet and feels good. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. Seriously. Scandia, you're the first first place I'm concerned about now. Belleville. I'm concerned about you guys. Now, this may take a few minutes to actually rotate enough to become a tornado warning, but that's where it starts, okay? So we're going to watch everything here, and we're going to stream as much of the day as I possibly can. I don't know that we're going to have a break where I don't know how this will play out, but we're going to be streaming a lot today, and we'll be here as much as we possibly can. So I've got a camera up near Belleville. KDOT's got a camera up there. I'm going to watch it. And I'm going to keep an eye on this camera in Concordia. It's at Cloud County Community College. We can watch it. But it has a hard time seeing in that particular direction. And every camera's got strength and they've all got weaknesses. The one that's in Concordia, I'll bring up here. And when I'm kind of live streaming for a long time, I can talk about some of these things more. So this camera that's in Concordia, I love this camera. I do. There are trees just to the west of town. I can't really see that great behind. And some of these air conditioning units on the roof, I love air conditioning, but the air conditioning units on the roof there do block some of the view. Now, if I didn't have the camera, that'd be worse. But these are just, weaknesses that I look at. So we'll do the best we can with it. So I'm looking in the direction there of that potential second storm, the one that's just to the straight west northwest of Concordia. So I've got a pole that blocks on the shot, whatever. But to the west northwest, I'll be watching over here to see if I have anything lowering. That's where this would be. Again, there's some trees over that kind of block the view. There's a hill as well. I can see farther to the south from this camera, which is optimal, which is what I want. But that west and northwest view, I can't see as well. And, just pointing these things out, this is not a huge negative or something. It's just something that I consider, and I'm kind of thinking out loud as we're getting into this. All right, so looking in here more closely, we got that hook near Scandia and near Belleville. This hook says, that fan feels good. Thank you. What is that one? Is that a Mississippi State?
Yeah.
So again, before we get too out of control here, Mitchell went to Mississippi State.
Talk to me nice.
Talk to me nice?
Yeah.
Is that what it says?
Yeah.
Talk to me nice. So that's a good message. So if I get sweaty, I'll use his Mississippi State towel. I appreciate it. All right, so
They're clean.
they're clean.
They were just in my tennis bag.
I think I'm just laughing right now because I'm nervous for the upcoming day. Did you send out a push notification we were streaming, Mitchell?
Oh,
Did you send out a push notification that we're streaming
no.
on the news app or our app?
I can ask them if they can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have them send out a push notification that says something. If you can combine tornado watch, intense tornadoes likely.
Yeah.
As long as those words are in there, and watch the stream, please.
All right.
Thank you. And if you're watching this here, this threat's not going to all of a sudden pop up near Manhattan or Junction City. I don't think. We expect to see storms developing very close to this line that's now around Washington and Belleville and back into the Lincoln Center area. So Topeka, we're not going to all of a sudden have storms popping up on top of Topeka, not for a couple of hours anyway. So if you're in Topeka or Emporia, we're okay for a few hours here, most likely. But the threat is where you see it developing right now. These storms will rapidly become severe, and the potential of becoming rapidly tornadoes is there. So if you have friends or family in Clay County, Washington County, Marshall, Republic, Cloud, Ottawa, Saline, Dickinson, if you have friends and family in those areas, if you call them or text them, let them know we're streaming. We're going to be doing this all day.
Like Captain America.
Like Captain America? Is the heat getting to you already? Is the heat getting to you already?
No.
So this is going to get bad fast. So around, but if you let people know that we're streaming, I just want people aware. I just want people aware of what's going on. Concordia, and the reason I'm talking about Concordia so much is when we talk about our coverage area and who can really watch us, I have this map off the side to remind me, but this map shows what our technical coverage area is. So we can cover stuff outside of this, but we are obligated to cover these counties. And Dickinson County, for example, a lot of people there watch Kwich, our sister station from Wichita, and they do a great job. Salina, same thing. Salina's a big town, but a lot of people there do watch Kwich. Douglas County, Lawrence, you're technically in Kansas City's area. We will cover counties outside of our technical coverage area, but the reason you hear me keep saying Concordia over and over again is because I'm thinking about who we are primarily responsible to cover. We can cover outside that, but when I keep talking about Concordia, it's because mentally I'm remembering that county is one that's farthest to the west and is in our primary Nielsen, DMA, all that stuff, the FCC rate, all that stuff. I'm thinking about that. That's why you're hearing me say Concordia over and over again. It's just to let you understand why I'm saying that. It's not that Concordia is more important than Belleville or something like that. It's just that's the town that we officially are supposed to cover, and we do. Belleville, I love you guys too. We're going to try to cover everybody, but that's why if you I keep saying Concordia, it's not that Concordia is the greatest risk of everybody. It's that for the position in our coverage area, our technical coverage area, Concordia has the highest risk of anybody in our coverage area right now of taking a big damaging intense tornado. So that's why I'm talking to you so much right now, Concordia. All right, so that camera from Clyde County Community College, and again, this is part of the Midland Exterior Skycam network. We appreciate Midland Exterior so much, and Prairie Band Casino for helping us with the radar and helping us with the camera network. This stuff helps us do our jobs. So we're looking to the west-northwest here from Concordia into that storm that has the rotation during northwest Concordia. The other one near Scandia heading toward Belleville has spin too, but I can see the base of this cloud, and if it starts to go, funnel cloud, wall cloud, tornado, whatever, we have a pretty good look at it. So I'll be watching that one super close. Lightning there, obviously. This camera has a great view to the south and to the southwest. You can see the wind farm there. Not wind farm, but the couple of wind turbines there at Clyde County Community College. They have a program for wind turbines up there for wind energy, in case you want to know that piece of information. But that's the view we have there right now in Concordia. So nobody has a tornado warning right now in northeast Kansas. I don't think anybody has one anywhere. Let's zoom all the way out. No. Nobody in the United States has a tornado warning yet. Now let's go over to this other system really fast. Let's see if I can show you this. Let's do the SPC, and I'll just show you the raw page. Here's what all the hubbub is about. The Storm Prediction Center, part of the National Weather Service, they have us in what's considered to be a moderate risk of severe weather, this red bullseye here. There is a higher category. We can have more parameters that would make it a high-risk day. This isn't quite there, but the tornado risk is super high on this. There it is. So we are right about here in Topeka, but these lines look like grilled steak there. That red area is a 15% risk for tornadoes, which is one you don't see very often. And the horizontal lines there that go all the way across, those mean that the second level of intense tornadoes are possible. So you're talking F2, F3 or plus. Once you get to the next level of intensity, they're talking about 4s and 5s and the super high and stuff. So this isn't the highest end that we've seen. It is not. But it is the kind of day where we can see intense tornadoes or multiple tornadoes on the ground at the same time. And that stuff is rare. It's not very common that we have a situation where multiple tornadoes are possible at the same time. It's happened before here, but again, it's not something that happens very often, thankfully. All right, so I'm watching that camera very closely there in Concordia. And currently, the KDOT camera near Belleville looks like that. We're watching to see that storm that is coming past Scandia move into that camera. So in Washington County, we have storms developing as well. There's a hook here, just north of Scandia. That's a hook. That's a hook for sure, near Jamestown, heading toward Belleville. That's a baby hook near Asherville, heading northeast and probably staying just west of Concordia. This storm down here near Lincoln Center is a more mature storm. And that one is a long way from the radar, which makes it hard to see what's up, but you can see spin already near Golden Belt. You sent a push out, Mitchell? Thank you. All right, so we're covering this on the stream. I won't talk continuously like we do when it's TV. I slow down a little bit on the stream here. If you see anything come up on chat that's important, let me know. Or if you have anything important, just holler at me. Thank you. Perfect. Thank you very much. Okay, so there's the one.
Exceptional amount of chasers in Salina right now.
Okay.
Interstate has a 24/7 on its offer and about 100 more lined up on 81.
100 more?
Yeah.
So it's a true traffic jam of chasers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, not a good situation.
That's dangerous, I know. Chasers are great, and having too many chasers can be a hazard.
And people like to follow the dominator.
Yeah, as Mitchell just said, people following the dominator. Reed Timmer, when he 20 years ago when I first watched him, I found him annoying, probably just jealous because I want to chase. The guy's got a PhD in meteorology. I'm not going to second guess anything he does ever. Impressive stuff he does is amazing. The problem is that there's a line of cars following like a Congo line, so I really wish people wouldn't follow him like that. That can create a traffic jam, put people in danger. Whatever the dominator does, he does. Doesn't need my approval, but he has it. I admire the guy. He does amazing work. I mean, I listen to a lot of his updates he does on YouTube. It's brilliant. He studied this stuff. He knows it better than I do. There's no doubt. There's a reason he winds up in the right place for tornadoes. He knows this stuff real well. So a lot of the chasers are great. He like I said, he can do whatever he wants, and no second guess from me. Most chasers are great. Some chasers are too aggressive, and if you're in a Toyota Yaris and you're driving into a tornado, that doesn't help anybody. I mean, that video is going to get some likes and shares and that kind of stuff, but it doesn't help anybody. If you drive in there and send the video out later, that doesn't warn anybody at the time that it's happening. So some of these people that are getting too close or driving into tornadoes, and then you have people blocking overpasses with hail. The chasers aren't doing this, but they're two different traffic issues. One, too many chasers, because there are sometimes, and two is traffic being blocking overpasses. So if you're in hail, driving on a highway, and all of a sudden an overpass comes up, the overpass will not protect you from a tornado. What does happen is we get a couple of cars that stop in the overpass. They think that's going to protect them. Maybe it's just to stay out of the hail, I don't know. but they block cars behind them that then can't get through, and you wind up with a whole bunch of cars in just a traffic jam sitting at an overpass. Now, what's going to happen eventually is we're going to have 50 cars at one of these, and a big gnarly F5 is going to hit, or EF5 is going to hit that spot. And if you're in a car and a tornado that big, you're in trouble. So these people that are blocking the overpasses are putting the people behind them in danger. And if it's just heavy rain, or just hail, we say it that way, you can cause a pileup. So, I mean, stopping the overpass put your life in danger if somebody rear ends you, and it puts other people in danger who don't have a choice. They're just stuck because the people stopped the overpass in front of them. So, and I'm just kind of talking about a few things in my mind here as this is developing, but again, this is going to develop quickly here. All right, there are the storms near Concordia. This one just southwest of Norway has the best hook of anything I see there right now. This one, southwest Concordia, I called it a baby hook a minute ago near Asheville. This one near Golden Belt does have spin with it. And that one is a long way from the radar. So what you'll see there, and again, while things are developing, I have time to say these things. We're looking at the radar from the Hastings, Nebraska radar. That's where it's located, near Blue Hill. So we're looking a long way toward that storm. Let's see what the mileage is there. It's probably 90 miles or more. It might be 100. So from the radar at Blue Hill to that rotation, 90 miles. At 90 miles, you can't see below about 8,000 or 9,000 feet, and the radar beam is more than a mile wide. So you're seeing higher in the storm, and the resolution is not as good. So areas like Hayes and Russell are very, very far away from radars. There's a radar in Dodge City, a radar in Wichita. See the one right here? I'll go farther left to the west. Got the one in Dodge City. Got one in Goodland. Got one in Hastings and Topeka. But right there, Hayes area, Russell, Hoisington, this area, the radar beam is 2 miles up and it is lower quality. So storm chasers in an area like that, very valuable because that, the radar data is not as good. Thankfully in Kansas we get mostly daylight tornadoes, but in areas where you get night tornadoes, being that far from the radar is a problem. All right, so looking in here closer toward Republic County, they're saying hail the size of a ping pong ball, 60 mile per hour winds. So Belleville's going to have hail here in a few minutes. And there's a storm there that's southwest of Concordia at this point. And I'm going to try to turn the camera around that direction. Not try, but actually do. And let me put it up full here. There we go. So that's the storm that's to the southwest of Concordia now. And that storm will probably stay west of Concordia, but not by much. And there are going to be multiple storms. This won't be just one storm. This will be multiple. Okay. I'm looking at communication from some of our storm chasers we have out. All right, so that's the view there in Concordia, and I'm making sure I got all the storm chasers ready so I can see everybody. Because this is going to get out of hand real fast here. All right, I want to show you the SPC page again. And what I'm going to look at here, I'm looking at with you, but I'm also looking at it for me. We're looking at the mesoanalysis, which I promise I won't do this on a normal day at the office. So we've got there 5,000 Cape. Okay, So this area right here, really where the storm's been developing, 5,000 Cape, there's 4,500 Cape. Cape convective available potential energy is what that means. Anything above 2,000, you start to get concerned. A day like this, where it's super hot and humid down low, super cold up high, the available potential energy is higher because the warm air wants to rise. And if it's a lot colder up here than it is hot down here, it rises faster. So, imagine, you have boiling water and it's barely boiling. You've got one level of steam kind of rising out, right? Now, if you give it a few minutes and it's boiling super hot, the steam cloud's coming up more violently. If you take that same pot of boiling water, let's take the whole stove outside and let it continue to boil, and it's 0 degrees outside. Now imagine what your steam cloud looks like. So the difference there being it's a little colder up top, or it's a lot colder up top. So the air wants to rise more quickly if there's more available potential energy. Violently rising air contributing to the potential for tornadoes and violent tornadoes today. So that's what we're looking at. This is the composite index of the supercell composite. Got an area of 20 here. That's concerning. Let's see if the tornado composite is popping yet. 4. So that can go up to 9, 10. I believe it goes to 10. But that's the area and it's still warming up. The potential still growing. So the risk of seeing tornadoes is definitely still there. All right, that's that view again from Concordia. Looking toward that storm that is to the northwest of town now. So you turn that camera around a little bit. But there will be more storms. And this is at Highway 81 and 24, just south Concordia. And that's Belleville, where it's raining now. And that severe storm warning in place, but it doesn't look too wild at this point. All right, so this one looks hooky. That's the one that was baby hook a minute ago, getting close to Concordia now. Let's check the velocity on this. Definitely has spin with it. It's not aggressive yet. This one's more aggressive near Lincoln Center. I can't tell if there's spin with this other storm that's down farther to the south near Black Wolf and Ellsworth. But this one near Lincoln Center is probably going to be the first tornado warning of the day. Or even could be this one near Concordia at this point. One of those two will probably be the first tornado warning of the day. Zooming out, there are some severe storms across parts of Michigan. One near Indianapolis, one just north of Springfield and Lake of the Ozarks, I believe. And no tornado warnings in the nation yet, but we're about to see that. And, just before it gets crazy again, we did have a chance today to go over and program weather radios at the Stormont Vale Event Center in Topeka. Doug was over there with me as well. If you remember Bruce Jones, he used to work over at KS&T many moons ago. He was there, and he works for Midland Weather Radios now. He's been there for a long time. They do great work, and when we go program weather radios, it's almost the only one we've seen. It's really my favorite one. But Bruce was there, and he has a cord where he could program 5 weather radios at a time. His daughter was there, Clara. I hadn't met her before. She's born in 2006, so it was nice to meet her. But she was a lot of help today. It was really fun to see them. So there's our first tornado warning of the day near Lincoln Center. And the Y'all Squad, I want to mention them. They're the ones that provide the weather radios. They gave 1,000 weather radios people in Topeka that came today, 1,000 of them. If you go online to buy these radios, they're $50, $60. At a discount, it's less than that, but $1,000 times anything is a big amount. So those folks in the Y'all Squad contributed tens of thousands of dollars worth of weather radios in Topeka today. And I really want to thank them. And it's Ryan Hall's group. But I really want to thank them and Bruce and Claire and the folks over at KS&T. They were there as well. It's always good to see Matt Miller. He didn't bring Lola, unfortunately. But it's good to see them. And we're all doing the same mission today. We all just want to keep you as safe as we can. So It's going to be a dangerous day. I am concerned about this. So here we go, Concordia. That rotation is starting to pick up. So Concordia, this rotation will probably stay just west of town. But you need to be ready there in Concordia. I think that's going to stay west of you. Talk to me, Mitchell.
So for 4:30, you get weather and weather, no.
No anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, no anything.
That's what Eddie said.
Who?
David.
Oh, David. I thought you said Eddie. Okay. So Concordia. I wouldn't be surprised if you have a tornado warning in the next few minutes here. You might. But that's definitely a hook showing up here. That's the hook right here. Concordia's probably going to stay west of town, west side of town, maybe, but you could have a tornado warning issued there in Cloud County in the next few minutes. This one has a tornado warning with it now, and that's Lincoln County. And we're not going to break in on TV for this. I was showing you that DMA map earlier, and the DMA map is not, it's not that we can't go outside of that. We will. But this area, the Lincoln Center area, I know for a fact that people, if you're watching us from Lincoln Center, it's not on TV. You're watching us online, or Facebook, YouTube, or wibw.com on our stream. That's the only way somebody's watching us from this area, so you can get us right here. So we're not going to break into TV for something down here unless it was absolutely catastrophic, and I knew for sure it's going to get up into Ottawa or Cloud County. So that's the first tornado warning of this event. So now we're looking at Concordia there, but we have to keep an eye on the one from Lincoln Center because it's coming in this direction. So let's look to the southwest there. Turn this camera there in Concordia around a little bit so I can see over toward this rotation. And it's just down below the trees here, so I don't see it yet. Now it's on top of Cloud County Community College, so it's a nice high perch, but I still can't quite see below those trees right there. And sometimes I'll step off and go look at our high resolution super big monitor over here too, so that I can see a little better. I don't see anything fishy yet, but I can tell you if you're in Republic County, there's a really high chance of you having a tornado warning for that. And if you're in the northwest part of Cloud County, there's a significant chance of having a tornado warning from this thing. Hey, Mitchell?
Yeah.
Are we not able to send out push alerts from Max 2? We can only do it from Max 1? Okay. Are you able to send out some stuff from Max 2 occasionally?
Yeah, and that can help if I'm on the wall.
Okay. Just send out something that says we're monitoring for potential tornadoes from Concordia to Belleville right now, and that's developing. So just say we're watching for that right now, but it's developing, please. And if you can send that out to just that area, that's fine. But I just want to send something out, let people up there know that we're probably going to have a tornado warning issued shortly. And if we don't for that one, the stuff coming from Lincoln Center certainly is going to be a problem there in Concordia in the next hour. All right. The other camera here. Okay. KDOT. You guys have the NWS chat running?
Yeah.
Can one of you ask KDOT, point the 8124 camera northwest? Yeah, point the 8124 camera northwest, please.
From Concordia to Belleville?
That camera's 81 and 24 highway. It's farther south. You're thinking about the one farther up north.
No, Jeremy. Can I push something? Push it.
Oh, yeah, from Concordia to Belleville. Please. Right. Thank you. All right, so what I'm asking here of these guys is there's a camera right here KDOT has, and I'm asking if they can point the camera that direction. specifically what I'm asking. And we got Concordia here. The camera I have is here, but I can't quite see through the trees over this way. But that's the storm that worries me right now. And probably that storm will go around Concordia. Probably. But it's definitely got a hook to it, and that's going to almost surely be a problem for folks in Republic County in a minute. I think that's it right there. All right. So we have a tornado warning right now. Right there for Lincoln County until 2:45. Doppler indicated. And that's going to head into Ottawa County, and then ultimately it's going to be in Cloud County. So here, let me tell you this. There is very little chance that this storm with the tornado warning is not a tornado warning when it gets to Concordia in a few minutes, okay? So Concordia, I'm watching that storm rotating just to your west, okay? I am very sure that you're going to have a tornado warning with this thing coming up. Let's see how long that could take to... What? So for Concordia, I'm talking about the storm that's right there by you, that's still developing, okay? I think that's going to be a problem for Republic County. So we're concerned about this one, yes. Belleville, that could be a tornado for you in a little while. If you have friends or family in Belleville or near there, they should be ready to take shelter. Concordia, this storm near Lincoln Center, that's going to still be a tornado warning when it gets up into Cloud County, almost sure of it. So let's do a distance on this. 50 miles away, and the Weather Service is going to say what the motion is on this. Bear with me here. Come on. Where are you at? Speed on this, they've got it at 40 miles per hour. So Concordia, you're about 35 minutes away from a tornado warning being issued, and you're about an hour and 10 minutes away from potential tornado being in town. Okay? So Concordia and people around Concordia, I am specifically talking to you guys right now. You are about an hour away from the potential of having a tornado getting to your area. And you are in the area with the huge Cape values, the 5,000 Cape we talked about. You're in the area the National Weather Service is talking about. Go ahead.
Also, instead of a forecast on the weather page, the live stream is in that little box.
Good.
I got it quick played.
Perfect. Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you, Mitchell. That's great. Great job. Truly. All right. So this storm, that's going to be a problem in Ottawa County shortly. It's not confirmed yet. So again, it's not confirmed yet, and they're warning out in advance of it with a severe storm warning. And I'm looking for some of the chasers here. Going to be a little disorganized at times here, so forgive me, but trying to make sure I've got Mike Sharuas up here. I want to make sure his feed's up. And Mr. Jeffrey Winger, I got to make sure his feed's up from Chapman. And I need to find Trey's, Mitchell, if you can hear me when you come back in here, I would need to find Trey's live feed. I need to make sure I'm tracking him too, please. And I don't remember how to get him. Okay. So now I got. Did you hear me say that?
No.
I don't know how to get Trey's live feed. I'm not sure if he's Facebook or if he's YouTube.
Facebook.
Can you send me a link for it? Just email it to me, please? I just don't have it up and ready to go. All right. Now I got Mike there. I got Jeff. What's that? Thank you. What? Can you email it to me?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Email or work?
What?
Can I send it to your Gmail?
That's fine. All right. This storm near Lincoln Center is a Doppler radar indicated tornado. It is not confirmed yet. Okay?
Send it to your work.
Thank you. This is in an area where it's very likely to continue to develop, and this could be a strong tornado or intense tornado, whichever way you want to classify it. This could be a big, gnarly tornado in Claude County a little bit. That's a real possibility. 5,000 Cape out ahead of it, that's bad. This time of day, still warming up, dangerous. The negatively tilted trough, all these things, you know. This storm, this is the one right now. This one that's getting past Lincoln Center, heading toward the northwest corner of Ottawa County. This is heading for Claude County. You guys need to be ready to take shelter. Get your shoes on. Think about where you're going to take shelter. If you're in a mobile home around Concordia, start thinking about where you're going to go instead of the mobile home, or Aurora, or Glasgow. I'm just talking about Concordia. I'm sorry, guys. I need to talk about the rest of you. Glasgow, Aurora, Miltonvale, Jamestown. If you're in these communities, you should be thinking now about where you'd go to take shelter. Now, if you're in a mobile home, here in about 30 minutes, I'm going to tell you in Claude County, you shouldn't be in a mobile home. So if you can find a better place to get to now around Claude County, I would do that. This storm coming up from Lincoln County could be very, very serious when it gets up to Concordia. Hey, Bridge, I can't hear you, but I need to do a cut-in on TV and let people know that, please. So what I want to do is do a cut-in. So just give me some indication when I'm on, and then give me an indication when I'm off, and we'll continue the live stream, okay? So I'll just walk over and you wave it. Okay. All right, thanks for sticking with us here on Wibw TV. We do have a tornado watch that's in place until 8 p.m. for most of the area. We have a couple of severe storm warnings right now in Claude County, Republic, and Washington County. These have potential to become tornadic. I'm very concerned right now about this particular storm that's near Lincoln Center right now, Lincoln County, just about to get into Ottawa County. This is an area that is extremely unstable. The dynamics there are right for this to become a large tornado potentially. Right now it's Doppler indicated. But I'm giving you a heads up. If you are in Claude County, that storm coming up from your south is about 40 minutes away from the south part of Claude County, and maybe an hour away from Concordia. I just saw an update on that tornado warning come in. So I want to see what this says. But this storm that's in Lincoln County right now is one that has potential to become a big tornado. So we got this going until 2:45 for Lincoln County. But if you are in Concordia, Jamestown, Aurora, these areas in Claude County, if you're in a mobile home or an area where you don't feel like you'd be safe with a big tornado, this is the time to start thinking, or maybe go to grandma's house or wherever they might have a basement. You don't have a tornado warning in Claude County yet. I'm talking to you because Claude County is in our primary viewing area and coverage area. So I'm talking to you primarily because of that. Ottawa County, Fountain, Minneapolis, Tescott, I'm concerned about you, but Glasgow, Concordia, this thing is less than an hour from getting into Claude County. So in a few minutes here, if I'm yelling out in Concordia, hey, if you're in a mobile home, you shouldn't be there. I'm telling you now, I'm giving you a heads up that if you had a better place to go now, I would move on to a safer place just in case. This has potential to become a big tornado. I don't think it's going to fall apart before it gets to Cloud County, and it's in an area that's very, very susceptible to have large tornadoes coming into Cloud County shortly here. So be aware, just giving you a heads up on that. All right, we're going to go back to programming now on 13.1 on TV. We are live streaming on wibw.com and social media. We'll be doing that all day long. Stay with us. I'm good. I'm good right now. I just need to get Trey's feed up here. And you sent it to me, right? Thank you. Now, if you guys see video from anybody, even if it's not ours, if you see video of somebody with a tornado, let me know. Even if who? Sharus?
Yeah.
But if you see video, you can yell it out to me, and if we can't use it, we'll still know about it. And if it's bad enough and it's critical enough, in some cases we might use it. I mean, from the training we had, that's one of the things. If it was going into a town and we thought it might save lives, I would not be opposed to doing something like that today if we had to. Okay, got me? So that's not something I would do any day, but that's something I would do today if this gets that bad. Okay, so I got at least 3 different feeds of chasers that are out on this now. I don't know where everybody is. All right, so that's the big deal right now to me, is this thing that's coming out of the Lincoln Center area, moving to the northwest part of Ottawa County. The National Weather Service has a severe storm warning out for this with hail the size of 2 inches diameter. They call it hen egg size hail, but I've seen a lot of different sizes of eggs. I'm not sure if it's the large or jumbo or which version they're talking about. So hen egg size hail, I just say it's larger than a golf ball. 2-inch diameter hail possible with that, as we're saying over in Ottawa County. It's kind of a heads up that the storm's coming. Concordia, this hook is looking more impressive there. But that storm's probably going to mature after it gets past Concordia, most likely. It does have spin with it there. It looks pretty decent on radar. So let's turn that around to the north. Here we go. All right. So looking north from Concordia now, we're getting the beaver tail showing up there. And this is one we're probably going to watch mature here on live TV. All right, there we go. So this is the storm I just showed you, looking straight north from Concordia on the radar. You got the inflow here, going up to some 50,000 feet. This is the area that's prone to produce tornadoes. This could be one in a few minutes here. That has potential to become a tornado anytime here. So in Concordia, that thing is just to the north of you. So when you hear tornado warning coming out here in a few moments, which you probably will, that is going to be the culprit, and it's going to be moving north of you. In Concordia, you're going to have another tornado warning coming out in a few minutes after that. That's the one coming from the south. You're going to be worried about the one coming from the south in Concordia. This one is forming right over Concordia and heading to the north. So folks that are in Washington County, you need to be really concerned about this thing, as that is coming in your direction. But that's amazing storm structure, and that's going to be a tornado warning shortly here. And you can see it there. Yep. So that's how it looks right there. There's the hook echo on the velocity. This is the spin showing up right there just straight north of Concordia. And again, this is not touching down right now. It's not even tornado warning yet. But I would bet you that in a few moments here it will be. So there's the radar and the the inflow into the base of this thing. Let's see if the other camera's there. That's the high school there in town. So that's going to be a tornado warning here in a few moments for probably the north central and northeast part of Cloud County, the eastern parts of Republic, and probably the northwest part of Washington, maybe. But for Concordia yourself, you're going to be more worried about this thing coming up from the south. Now, if you are in Cuba, Elk Creek, Haddam, we're talking to you again. There's even a hook echo over Haddam right now. There's one near Hollenberg. These are all hooks. So I was mentioning when I talked about this before is we could have 4 or 5 tornado warnings going at one time, or multiple tornadoes at the same time. That's what we're in now. We're getting there. So these are maturing kind of at the same time. But that thing straight north of Concordia, that is a storm that could have a tornado develop with it in the next few minutes. So we're watching that develop here on live TV, or live on the stream. Hey, Bridge, let me break in again. Please, thank you. All right, watching a storm developing just north Concordia now. This has a well-pronounced hook echo with it and a ragged base here that's developing. This storm could produce a tornado. That's possible. So in Concordia, we're watching this. You're probably going to have a tornado warning issued at some point here that could include the north part of Cloud County, the eastern part of Republic, the western part of Washington County could be included in that. But that storm, looking straight north from Cloud County Community College, from the Midland Exterior Skycam Network, that has potential right there to produce a tornado. I have a good eye on it. It's not producing a tornado right now, but that's the kind of stuff that our live sky camera network can help with. So we're watching that. Now, Haddam, you have a storm developing over you with a hook. That could produce a tornado, but probably not until it gets to Nebraska. This one, southwest of Hollenberg, that's another hook. There's another hook right here, just southwest of Washington. Washington County, you could have several tornado warnings shortly here. Over here, this is still a Doppler radar indicated tornado, but they just extended that tornado warning over into Ottawa County. And this storm, moving to the northeast, this is the only tornado warning we have going right now, but that is going to continue moving to the northeast. So where is that going? This is coming from Ottawa County, going into Cloud County. Clay, Washington, you could be affected by this as well. So right now, we have that tornado warning in Ottawa County over to Lincoln County. That's not technically in the WIBW viewing area. This stuff up here, these rotations, you are in our coverage area, and I expect to see tornado warnings coming down shortly here. Matter of fact, that thing in the northwest part of Washington County, close to Haddam, the spin on that got impressive real quick. You guys have the chat up? Have they said anything about that stuff? Okay, so we're going to continue the live stream here, but I'm telling you that this area, you need to be ready to take shelter. Anywhere in Cloud County. What?
Oh, the wall cloud is starting to have some gnarly scud.
Okay. So I'll show you this wall cloud again that's in Concordia.
I have it up here also.
What?
I have it up here also.
Go ahead and show Mitch real fast, guys, please.
All right, we currently have a wall cloud in Concordia right now. And as you can see, there is a little bit of scud along the bottom of this wall cloud and this tail off to the back. So right now we are watching for potential formation with this wall cloud, and that it could possibly form a tornado somewhere along that wall cloud. If y'all could switch back to Jeremy, that'd be great.
All right, thank you, Mitchell. So what we got there is potentially a developing tornado. There'll be north, there it is, tornado warning. Okay, so we got it. Go ahead and stay with us. We're going to go wall to wall on TV now, and there's the tornado warning, and that is the storm we were looking at from Cloud County Community College. So that storm is a Doppler radar indicated tornado. It is not a confirmed tornado on the ground, and again, from our camera, we can see it. So if you're in Concordia, what you're going to notice there is you are not in the tornado warning in Concordia. It is just north of town. So if you're in town, that's it. It's straight north of you. We can see it right there. If it touches down, we've got a good look at it in that position.
And I will keep it up here.
Okay, you're going to keep it up there?
Yeah.
That's fine, thank you. So that is the storm there that's straight north of Concordia, and it's the first tornado warning of the day. And there is not a tornado warning, a tornado with it that I see at this point, but it could touch down at any time here. So we can see the inflow into this. That's the wall cloud area. And there are several other areas that are rotating around this as well. So that is the one that is straight north of Concordia. And again, it's the first tornado warning of the day, and we're going to be, I'm not sure we're going to stop covering tornadoes for several hours in a row here. We probably won't. I think it's going to be a long day from this point on. So again, that's the tornado warning that was just issued a few moments ago here in Concordia up into the southeast part of Republic County and western part of Washington County. And that's exactly what I said a few moments ago, almost exactly. So that's the first tornado warning in the WIBW coverage area. And on the radar there, a well-defined hook that's moving away from Concordia. So in Concordia, that is moving away from you. Here's the rotation on it, right about there, and moving to the east-northeast is what the National Weather Service is saying. So folks around Elk Creek, you should be taking shelter right now. If you're in Concordia, if you have weather call, you probably did not get a phone call for this because you're not in the path. There's the very edge of Concordia. You see Garfield School here, the First Street. The tornado warning does not include the city limits of Concordia. So this is out of town. So you're not in the tornado warning in Concordia. Now to the northeast, Cuba, you are in the path of this. Elk Creek, you are in the path of this. Haddam, we talked about you all over and over again a couple of nights ago. You could be in the path of this. Now, just above Haddam, that's a rotation as well. This one looks pretty impressive on the velocity, at least it did a moment ago, right there. Now, that could be a tornado warning in a few minutes. That wouldn't surprise me at all. That's me moving into rural parts of north central Washington County. This is a rotation right there, just straight northeast of Washington. We could see a tornado warning with that. That's a possibility. We're going to have lots of storms with tornado warnings all at the same time, most likely. This is a rotation in the southwest part of Washington County. That could be a tornado warning at any point. Mitchell, what's up?
Let's zoom in that camera and do a camera view.
Zoom in on it?
Yeah.
You don't have control of it?
No.
Okay. All right. So let's go back down to the south as well here. I want to see the other storm that's in Lincoln County and Ottawa County. This one is by itself and has that structure where it has the look that it could produce a big tornado. It's out by itself. It's got a very impressive inflow right there. And it's, again, a Doppler radar indicated tornado at this point. But that's a big, strong storm in a prime area that it could produce a big tornado. And as it moves to the north, it's heading into Cloud County. It could affect folks in Clay County, and it could be a Washington County or even a Marshall County problem. So that storm in Lincoln County moving into Ottawa County, we have to pay close attention to that. Again, the National Weather Service today mentioning the potential for large, intense tornadoes. They don't always use wording like that. They tend to just say tornadoes are possible. But when in a situation like this, they're indicating the tornadoes could be big and violent, long track kind of stuff that can hurt people. So we're going to take this really serious today. That's the image, that wall cloud, again, that is to the north and east of Concordia now. I'm going to look down at the base of it and see if I see anything. I don't yet. So we're looking to the east across in Concordia right now. You see that's the water tower to kind of get your bearings to where you are. The water tower for the Thunderbirds is to the north of the tower there. And Blosser Airport's kind of over on the right. So again, we're watching all the stuff that is right there to the north and east of Concordia now to see if this thing touches down. And just because I don't see it on the camera doesn't mean there's not one touching down. But I have a good look at it, but we certainly could have a tornado touch down there in that rain curtain. So that is a real possibility too. All right, let me go back over the radar here. And we're going to see we have new tornado warnings developing there or issued. They took it across the state line. So the rotations we're seeing up here, is that for the storm coming out of Kansas? They just issued in advance there?
Yes.
Okay, so the one we're talking about near Haddam, unless the radar is old, it's not. Okay, good. Let me make sure here. So they issued a tornado warning across the state line in Nebraska. Maybe they're advance warning because they see that thing developing. But this rotation just northeast of Haddam there is, I believe, why they've issued that tornado warning across the state line in Nebraska. I'm going to read the text on this and see what in the world's up with that. That's strange to me unless there's a rotation I'm just not seeing. So let me read it. Let me read it here. All right. 226, they say, producing a tornado over Hollenberg, or 12 miles north of Washington, okay? Over Hollenberg. So why does that box go that far to the west too then? I think they're issuing it just for, I think they're looking at the two different areas. I think they're looking at this one and this one. So this box up here, this tornado warning that's in Nebraska, I think they're concerned about both of those areas. They're warning for both of them, I think. I don't know for sure, but that's the rotations we're looking at. What? Thank you. Good. Okay, good. All right, there. They have a tornado warning in Washington County now for this rotation we're watching there, northeast of Haddam. Thank you, Doug. So this is potential tornado now. So now we have 3 different tornado warnings that we're looking at that could impact the WIBW viewing area. So we've got the one here that just was issued a few moments ago. They're all Doppler radar indicated at this point. One right here, just a couple miles northeast of Haddam. You have a tornado warning. That's moving to the northeast. It's going to cross over Highway 15 here in a few minutes, and 29th Road, an area we talked about a couple of days ago as well. But that's the tornado warning there near Haddam. It'll stay north of Morrowville. The tornado warning we were looking at just a moment ago, that's northeast of Concordia, that is going to move toward Elk Creek and then ultimately start moving back toward Haddam again. And Haddam, we've talked about you more the last couple of days than I think we've ever talked about you. But that tornado warning has a good structure on it from what I see, and the rotation is more impressive. It's picking up. So the rotation on this, getting close to Elk Creek, right in here, and that's going to move northeast into Washington County. Thank you. I'm live babbling. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you very much, guys. All right. Have a great day. Thank you. All right. Weather guys, we have drinks that came in. In case anybody wants a beverage, we're going to be talking for a long time. It's good to have friends. We're going to be talking for about, 8 hours straight here. So thank you to my good friends. All right. Again, around Elk Creek, you have a tornado coming your way. It's a Doppler radar estimated tornado right now, but it could touch down at any point. In the western part here of Ottawa County, that tornado warning is the one that has the most impressive structure to me, and it is moving to the northeast and will ultimately get into Cloud County and maybe Clay County. So if you're in Clay County and the southeast part of Cloud County, that's the one that looks the most serious to me. That's the one that looks like it could be a big tornado. Now, I'm not taking my eye off any of this stuff or saying something else can't produce something. I'm saying right now from looking at the radar, which thing grabs my eye the most, and if you had to say, pick the spot a big tornado is going to happen in the next 10 minutes, I'd point at that all day. That's the one. So this thing coming across Ottawa County, from what I see, has the greatest potential at this moment to be the one that becomes a violent, intense, large tornado, that kind of thing. So everything else is serious too. That's just the one I see it looks the most dangerous right now. Here's a tornado warning in the southeast part of Republic County. Again, if you're in Concordia, that one's moving away from you. So it's still a tornado warning for part of Cloud County, but if you are there in Concordia, most likely that will move away from you. hopefully. Mitchell, what do you have?
Yeah, that tail cloud looked not as interesting, but now it looks kind of interesting again.
Okay. Okay, so Mitchell's mentioning the tail cloud there in Concordia, looking to the north toward that. And let's look a little farther there to the east, northeast. I'm going to walk over the higher resolution monitor and see if I see anything crazy there. And I don't yet. Doesn't mean it's not there. The rotation is there enough for them to issue a tornado warning. And again, these storms could develop quickly at any point, and you could wind up with a tornado in an area where it didn't look like one was even possible. So we got to watch this stuff, all of it, really close today. All right, so we have the tornado warning for the folks just northeast of Haddam in Washington County. That hook is just about to move across the state line into Nebraska. If you're in Haddam, this is past you. And Haddam, I know it seems we've had a lot of adventures together the last couple of days. Haddam, I think we've told you to take shelter 3-4 times at least. This tornado warning, that rotation is going to move across the state line into Nebraska in the next few minutes. So Haddam, that's moving away from you. And Hollenberg, you still have a rotation just north of you that's moving over into Nebraska right now as well. Now, Haddam, you're not in danger of a tornado at this moment. Hollenberg, you should be taking shelter right now. You're in that tornado warning. And again, that's moving into Nebraska shortly. There's a hook right here, just south of Morrowville, just west of Washington. That's not a tornado warning yet. It could be too. So it's going to get complicated with a whole lot of warnings today. Southeast Republic County. This is the one that developed just straight north of Concordia a few minutes ago. And the rotation on that showing up right here. The distance on that's going to be, let's see, from Elk Creek, just about 5 miles southwest. So in Elk Creek, you've got about 6 minutes before the rotation arrives. Not a whole lot of time, but take shelter there if you're around Elk Creek in Republic County. This thing near Fountain, heading toward Delphos. You can bet that there will be a tornado warning with this for Cloud County coming out in a few minutes here. The storm is moving northeast, I believe at 40 miles per hour. And it has the greatest potential, from what I see, to be a big bad one. We can have others, but of the things I see on radar right now, that's the one that grabs my attention, and I just see the big supercell structure here. I see the well-organized hook in the corner there, and I don't see anything southeast of it to interfere with its moisture content or the warmth supply coming to it, or to stop it from spinning. This one's out by itself, is right on the feature that's causing all this, the dry line, and with the area that the available potential energy for storms is extremely high. It's over 5,000 CAPE right now, which is not unheard of, but it's something that you just don't see very often with May storm events. It's pretty rare. It's not unheard of, but it's rare. And there are higher end risk days than what we have right now, but this is dangerous. No way around it. Hollenberg, the tornado rotation that I see on radar is north of you now. If you're in Hollenberg, you're still in tornado warning. I think in a few moments they'll probably cancel it for you. Over in Haddam, that rotation is past you. In Haddam, you are in between two tornado warnings right now. The one coming from the Concordia area, getting up to Elk Creek, that's going to go toward folks in Morrowville and Haddam. So that next rotation right down here is heading your direction up there around Haddam. That's going to be coming your direction. If you guys see anything from chasers, let me know. Do you guys know where Mike Sherewis is? Mike Sherewis. I'm going to ask him where he is. Oh, here we go. I can't hear him. I just can't hear him. He's on something that looks interesting. I just can't tell where he's at. So I'll try.
He's north of Salina, towards the Minneapolis
He's
area.
toward the Lincoln thing? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so this is Mike Sherewis is storm chasing on this. He's one of our storm chasers Great guy, very smart, always safe when he chases, at least when I see. Hopefully he stays safe today. So this is the storm that's going into Ottawa County right now. And you can see the lowering right there. And I wouldn't quite call it a funnel cloud yet, but we're awfully close to it. So that's the storm that's coming out of Lincoln County and Ottawa County, and that's going to be a problem for Cloud County soon. So we have eyes on that one. Again, Mike Shruis is live storm chasing that one in Ottawa County right now. And you can even see the updraft over here on this side of it. This is where the tornado would drop down if it does. So this is the one I'm most worried about, truly. We're going to watch them all, but this is the one right now. I look at that and I say, oh my gosh, that's got potential. So Mike is on that, and we're going to pay super close attention to this one for sure. So I'll keep that feed up. If you guys hear anything, holler at me, please. All right, so back on radar here. Again, we have several tornado warnings in place. Radar's loading here, so there we go. We're now out of Lincoln County, and the tornado warning is only in Ottawa County, just northwest of Minneapolis. That's going to be moving toward Aurora, Miltonvale, probably staying southeast Concordia. If you're in Aurora and Miltonvale, where are you going to take shelter? You got 30 minutes probably. If you're in a mobile home around Miltonvale or Aurora, I would strongly encourage you, go someplace else. Find a safe place. You're not in a tornado warning yet. Aurora, Miltonvale, you're going to be. This could be a big tornado. That has potential to be a big tornado. Mike again has a good look at this. I'm watching it live on his feed. We'll go back and forth to it repeatedly here. So this is what it looks like close to Minneapolis right now. And you can see it starting to get closer to the ground. So that's got a real high chance of touching down. It has a possibility of becoming a big violent tornado. That's the one we're watching the most closely here for the potential of having a big one, okay? So it doesn't mean the other ones are not dangerous. It just means this is the one I see that has the most potential to become the big violent tornado that the whole day is one we're talking about for a long time. Hopefully not. But Mike has a very good view of that, and I have it right here on my monitor. And if you guys hear or see anything, holler at me, please. All right, so let's go back over the radar again. That storm is just west of Minneapolis. It's moving toward Aurora, Miltonvale, and you don't see something there yet on the ground because it's not. But that's kind of the beginning. These things don't start off as a big tornado. They start off like that, and they grow. Sometimes they become violent quickly, but on the radar here, about any meteorologist you can find will look at that and say, yeah, that's a potential tornado. And then watching the video Mike has confirms that as well. So if you're in the southeast part of Cloud County, I'm telling you, you need to be ready. Morganville, you need to be ready too. Even up to Lynn, Barnes, Marysville, you guys need to be ready to take shelter. Seriously. So again, this is still Doppler radar indicated at this point. And they're saying hail up to 2-inch diameter, which is clearly not the big worry here. But yeah, that could produce a tornado any moment. And I'm going to put that in my rundown here so I can go back and forth to it faster. This is it. This is the wall cloud close to Minneapolis, Kansas. Mike Shruis is storm chasing this. I've known Mike for 15 years, a long time. Good dude, good dad, and he's safe when he storm chases, which I greatly appreciate. I don't want to worry about storm chasers when they're out. I just want to know they're going to give us good information, and that they're not going to get hurt or hurt somebody doing what they're doing. So that's what we have right there near Minneapolis, is this rotation in this storm, and that's going to move into the southeast part of Cloud County here in just a few minutes. It's not going to be long, but if you're in southeast Cloud County, I'm really encouraging you to think about where you're going to take shelter. And if you don't have an acceptable shelter where you are, find one, because the tornado warning is going to be issued there for southeast Cloud County in a few minutes, and Aurora, Miltonvale, you're going to be in the path of this. It's going to come across Highway 81. So if you need to travel south from Concordia down 81, don't do that right now. You're going to be in traffic like the Dominator and other storm chasers. You don't want to be in that. There's a storm with a tornado warning near Elk Creek that's going into the northwest part of Washington County. Haddam, you're in the path of that one. And then up the line here, I think this other one has crossed into Nebraska, but I'm going to verify that. So we got 2:39 p.m. a couple minutes ago. Capable of producing tornado 8 miles east of Mahaska, moving northeast at 25 miles per hour. Moving out of Haddam will move into, tornadic storm moving out of Haddam will move into the warning in the next 15 minutes. Okay, so Weather Service is mentioning that the storm that's over here is going to be in this warning area in a couple minutes as well. The first rotation they're talking about is east of Mahaska, close to the line, moving over into Nebraska shortly here. The next rotation coming up past Cuba and Elk Creek is going to be there in Haddam again in a few minutes too. Let's go back here. This is Mike Sharuas' live video. And this is almost sure to touch down here in the next few minutes. So that's the tornado warning that's coming across Ottawa County. And that's going to move into the southeast part of Cloud County and the northwest part of Clay County. So this is that rotation right here. And it's getting close. And potential is there today for long track tornadoes. So if and when this thing gets down, we might be dealing with that for a long time. Let's go back to it again. You're going to see this thing's getting closer to the ground. There you go. Straight behind the stop sign there. Again, that's close to Minneapolis, Kansas. And Mike Sharuas is over there storm chasing that thing right now, live. That's a live feed right now. That's not old video or a few minutes ago. That is live. That is moving toward the southeast part of Cloud County, moving toward Aurora, Miltonvale, and I believe Morganville is in the path of this too. So that is a tornado forming right now. And Mike has a very good look at it. So we're going to keep an eye on that thing.
Yeah, that thing looks like it's lowering.
It's coming. Yeah, that's going to get down. So that's the storm we're looking at there in the north part of Ottawa County. Still Doppler radar indicated right now, but it's real close to being upgraded. So let's go to velocity here, see what I see. But this is awfully far from the radar. But yeah, the signal's there. All right, up the line here. Let's go back up and look at the other tornado warnings. This one looks impressive now near Elk Creek. So that's going to be moving toward Haddam in a few minutes here. Haddam, you should be taking shelter again. Morrowville, you're in the path of that too. And the other rotation there near Morrowville, that one, wow. Just several areas of spin in there. All right, so Haddam, you have this next tornado coming your way, potential tornado. The rotation near Elk Creek coming across the county line from over in Cloud County moving into Washington County. That's impressive. Haddam, Morrowville. Morrowville, you're not in tornado warning right now. I want you to take shelter anyway in Morrowville. A concern I have is if we start to get lost in these other tornadoes or just too much information. Morrowville, that's a rotation coming your way. I want you to take shelter. You could have a tornado warning issued any moment, but I want you to take shelter in Morrowville now, please, and Haddam too. Haddam, you've got another one coming your way. Here's that lowering, that rotation, which is probably going to be a tornado touching down here shortly. Mike Sharuas is storm chasing that in Ottawa County near Minneapolis right now. And I truly don't know which highway he's by there. I just don't know. But he's looking directly toward this, and that could touch down any time. That's a developing tornado. There's no doubt about that. All right, back on the radar here again. And for most of the area, things are calm right now. It's just hot and humid. So Topeka, we're not even raining right now. Council Grove, Emporia, not storming, nothing. But this will form into a line over the next couple of hours and ultimately start spreading across the entire area. We're all going to have storms. We could all have severe storm winds this evening. The tornado threat, the big violent tornado threat, is highest for the next couple of hours. And the most violent one I see right now by far is this thing just south of Delphos, just northwest of Minneapolis. I just can't hear Mike. If you guys have his feed on, you can tell me what highway he's on. I just don't know what highway that is. I'm super curious, but I just don't know. So that's going to be a tornado warning in a few moments here for southeast Cloud County. And it will probably get upgraded to a confirmed tornado warning here in just a few minutes. And we do have a live look at it. So we don't see it down yet. I don't see debris flying yet. Sometimes you can have it on the ground without it having a condensation funnel down. You have to watch for dirt flying sometimes, but I don't see that yet either. But that one's getting awfully close. All right, so near Elk Creek, we have a rotation there. This one's heading toward Haddam. I have said Haddam more times the last 4 days than I think I'd said in the last 10 years. I love you guys up there, but you are in the path of a tornado warning right now. Again, this rotation showing up here, just east of Cuba, is moving northeast toward Haddam. There's a rotation right here. This is tightened up a lot, right on Highway 15. That's heading toward Hollenberg. Hollenberg, take shelter right now, please. You're in the path of potential tornado. That is nasty looking. This right here, I'll circle it, right on Highway 15. That's a tight rotation. It might not be a big tornado, I don't know, but it looks like a tornado on radar to me from what I see. Hollenberg, you should be taking shelter. Haddam, you should be taking shelter. Morrowville, you're not in a warning, but you should be taking shelter too, please. And then farther down to the south, we've got this developing tornado right there. This is north of Minneapolis, Kansas, in Ottawa County, and you can see it developing there with us right here on live TV.
He's on 81 looking northwest.
81 highway looking northwest?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Mitchell. So these tornadoes don't develop instantaneously. Like the Joplin tornado developed in 90 seconds. That can happen. Most of the time, the bigger ones take a while to get cranked up. And frankly, most of the time here in Kansas, we don't see this stuff happening before 3 o'clock in the afternoon. This is pretty rare. But that is developing tornado right here. I've seen this many times. But that's just northwest of the town of Minneapolis. And that is a developing tornado. And that is moving toward the southeast part of Cloud County. So if you are there in the Aurora and Miltonvale area, the potential is here today for violent, long-track tornadoes. If you are up in Clifton, Clyde, still cleaning up wind damage from a couple of nights ago, this could make it to you. So, thinking downstream here, if you're in Aurora, Miltonvale, Clyde, Clifton, Lynn, even Washington, if you're in a place that isn't safe for a tornado to hit, think about going someplace else. You want to be in a safe, sturdy shelter if this thing gets to you. And the environment the storm is in, it's very likely to continue moving the way it is. So I've talked about this for a while. You heard me say that southeast Cloud County is going to have a tornado warning issued. There it is. We have a tornado warning there in southeast Cloud County for Aurora, Miltonvale now. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mitchell. Oh. Mike's shot got jumpy on me here, but I'm going to get back to it anyway. Come on. Let's see what we got here. All right. So there's Mike's image there. Storm chasing over there near Minneapolis. So we have the developing tornado. This is going to get down in a couple of moments here. I'm almost sure of it. You can see it right here getting lower and lower, and that's heading toward Aurora, Miltonvale. If it doesn't look impressive to you, if you haven't seen a whole lot of these, this is obvious rotation, and it's getting lower and it's big. It's heading toward Aurora, it's heading toward Miltonvale. You're in a tornado warning there in southeast Cloud County. You're in the path of a developing tornado that could be a large tornado. Everything we've seen on this is including that indicating it could be big, violent, long-track tornado kind of stuff. So that's what Mike's looking at right now live over there in Ottawa County. And again, that's moving into the southeast part of Cloud County here in just the next few minutes. We have a confirmed tornado now across the state line in Nebraska. Show you right there, that orange area. says observed for Gage and Jefferson County. So they have an observed tornado across the state line. I won't dwell on that. It's just the first confirmed tornado that I've seen today. So I'm going to mention it just for that reason, because we don't have time to dwell on that right now with what's going on with our coverage area. Haddam, Morrowville, I want you to take shelter now, please. Hollenberg, I still want you taking shelter. These are not confirmed tornadoes up here. They are not confirmed. But the rotation getting close to Hollenberg is impressive enough. That could be a tornado at any point. That tornado warning goes until, let's see, we've got 3 p.m. on that. This other tornado warning up to the Haddam area goes till 3 p.m. as well. This dangerous storm down here starting to show even stronger signs of rotation on radar, because it's getting close to radar most likely. But this is it. We can see it right there from Mike Sharuis's feed. And I'm going to try to bring up Trey's feed as well and see if I can see what he's got. Go ahead. Take Mitchell from him, guys. Can you take Mitchell for a moment or not?
On camera 3, currently we have a few tornado warnings throughout the area. We have one for a storm just to the north of Elm Creek and just to the south of Cuba. So if you're along Highway 36 near Cuba right now, I need you to get in that safe spot. If you're anywhere downstream towards Haddam as well, you need to get in that safe spot. Once again, I know you'll have had to get in that safe spot tons of times, but I need you to get in that safe spot now, obviously. And then we are looking at that storm to the south as well, south of Delphos and north of Minneapolis along Highway 81, and that is of big interest to all of us. So I'll toss it back to Jeremy now.
All right, thank you, Mitchell. So we got this rotating storm. It's a tornado warning that now includes the southeast part of Cloud County, and this is it. This is a developing tornado right now. It could be a big tornado. We don't see this happen very often, but forming live here. And they don't form instantaneously. It takes a while. So I've got Mike Sharuis is on this. Trey is on the other side of this as well. And I'm going to switch over to him if he gets into a spot where I can see it better from his. But right now Mike has got just an amazing look at this thing. So this is in Ottawa County. That developing tornado is moving northeast and will be in the southeast part of Cloud County here in just a few minutes. The tornado warning has been extended over into Cloud County. It does not include Concordia. So if you're in Concordia right now, you're not in the path of this monster, okay? But Aurora and Milton Vale, you are in the path of this. It's a developing tornado, could touch down any time, and the elements there that we could have a big long track tornado. That's the kind of stuff that's possible on a day like this. Aurora, Milton Vale, you're in the path of this thing. We give you time of arrival, and you have a few minutes before this arrives. So if you're in Aurora, Milton Vale, I don't want to make you think it's going to show up in 5 minutes here, but certainly you've got Milton Vale 3:18 for a time of arrival. And if it goes more to the northwest, you've got it getting to Aurora at 3:20. So that's the time of arrival for this. And there's Mike looking at it again, watching the storm continue to develop. You can see the inflow into it. And this really could touch down at any point here. It takes a little while for these things get cranked up, but that's it. That's it right there, coming into the southeast part of Cloud County at any point here. You know, I keep going back to this. It's just really compelling video to watch this thing developing. So again, this is not confirmed on the ground yet. I haven't seen dust kicking up off the ground yet. There's not a condensation funnel to the ground at this point. But we're not far from it. So again, that's in the south, the northeast part, north central part of Ottawa County now, and that's going to be moving into the Milton Vale and Aurora areas, especially Milton Vale. Milton Vale, seriously. You're in the path of a potential tornado, and maybe a big one. Up to the north here, they have a new tornado warning issued a few moments ago here that goes up toward Haddam. Haddam, you should be taking shelter right now. Morrowville, you should be taking shelter right now.
And there are a couple areas of rotation up with that tornado warning.
And Hollenberg, you should be taking shelter as well. So there's a rotation right there, close to Hollenberg. Not there. Right there. That's a rotation. Hollenberg, you should be taking shelter right now from that. Haddam, this rotation moving into town shortly, is not as strong as it was a couple of moments ago, but still has a tornado warning with it. Mahaska, I think you're okay right now. And Belleville looks like you're all right. But out ahead of these storms, over here to Clay Center, Milton Vale, Morganville. Milton Vale, I really want you to take shelter. Be ready. Aurora, this is going more to the south. The current direction on it has it more to the east northeast. Doesn't have it going directly toward Aurora. So I'm not saying you're safe here, but you know this can jog more north. Right now, it looks like it's trying to cut a little farther to the east. Might go south of Aurora. Milton Vale, it's really right on a path to come right at you. Can you hear Mike's feed on yours? You can't? Okay.
Pretty sure he's back on 81 though.
I just want to know if he says it touches down or something. I just can't hear him. So if he said something like that, I won't know. But that's Mike, and he's tracking this going north on 81, I believe, near Minneapolis. And that's the developing tornado right now. There it is. The rotation is almost into the south part of Cloud County. So if you're in Concordia, this is not a problem for you. It's moving right across Highway 81 now. It's like it's actually east of Highway 81. So that's where it is. Mike is on Highway 81 going north, and the tornado, or potential tornado, is there on the right side of your screen. So we're northbound on 81, just about to come across the county line from Ottawa County into Cloud County. So it's just crossed over Highway 81 at this point. I don't see any debris or anything like that. But you know, that's the most dangerous storm we have, from what I see. So areas like Topeka, we're fine right now. Emporia's fine. It's going to be a while before things develop. Now, I am seeing things developing down the line here. So more storms are developing farther down the dry line, almost the Dodge City area. So we're going to have to watch this stuff as well. Now, over time through the evening, it's all connect into one line and start blasting east with a bunch of straight line winds, most likely. That doesn't mean the tornado threat ends, but it's lower at that point. Right now, as these storms are staying as individual cells like this, they are more dangerous with the potential to produce tornadoes, or in this case, even big tornadoes. The thing near Haddam looks like it's all joining up into one supercell now.
Yeah, and the rotation doesn't look like all that impressive for that one.
Okay.
But the one down where we've been watching looks pretty impressive.
Very.
Very.
What I'm noticing about the Haddam storm to Steel City, what I'm noticing about this one is it looks like it's kind of balling up. It was several cells all kind of lined up, and now it looks to me like it's balling up into one big one potentially, which may happen when it gets over into Nebraska. So what I mean here is kind of stretched out, and it looks like it's kind of scrunching, and this rotation close to Haddam looks like it's becoming the primary inflow on this. There's a confirmed tornado up here now in Nebraska again. It's the second one to touch down in Nebraska, but this right here going across Highway 36, that heading toward Hollenberg could become a dangerous thing here as well. So again, we're talking about those areas of rotation and take shelter. But some of the tornadoes could be bigger than others, obviously. Right now, this potential coming out of Ottawa County, the southeast part of Cloud County, by far is the most impressive rotation that we're seeing. So that's moving toward Milton Vale. Milton Vale, I've been calling your name for a while here. I hope you're taking shelter. I hope you're ready. If you're in Aurora, you should be taking shelter as well. If you're in Clifton, Clyde, Morganville, you should have your shoes on and be ready just in case. And across the state line, that looks like a tornado that touched down right there near Glenwood and Odell. And again, I think that thing near Haddam is beginning to rotate more here. So Haddam, Morrowville, Hollenberg, I still want you in your safe spot right now, taking shelter, please. Let's go back over to Mike again here. And this is Mike's video live there. There's the wall cloud. The tornado would form in this area is where it would be. So that's getting into the northeast part of Ottawa County, northeast part of Ottawa County, moving into the southeast part of Cloud County, Miltonvale, Aurora. You're the folks that we're worried about right now for the potential of a big tornado that could touch down. That's it. Has very impressive structure, a lot of rotation on this. It's still pretty far from the radar, so the rotation doesn't look as impressive on the radar as what it is. But that's a dangerous storm moving into the southeast part of Cloud County now and moving toward Clay Center, at least awfully close to you. And we have more storms developing down the line here. So have you noticed if Concordia's dew point has dropped yet? I haven't looked over there. Doug, do you know? What's that?
Hang on 1 second. No, it's 69.
It's still 69 in Concordia? Okay. So Concordia, you're not out of this risk yet. Even though the storms are kind of to your east right now, you could still see a dangerous storm. So the rotation I see there near Haddam and Morrowville is not super tight on this, but I really think that storm looks like it's starting to gather some steam there between Haddam and Morrowville, and that's going to probably get serious near Hollenberg or maybe across the state line in Nebraska. But Hollenberg, Washington, Morrowville, Hanover, you guys should be taking shelter right now. Please. Over here, this is the storm we've been watching, moving into the southeast part of Cloud County.
I got a storm track on that one.
Go ahead, take Mitchell. Please, take Mitchell. Bridge, take Mitchell, please.
All right, if you're in Cloud County, there currently is a tornado warned storm just to the east of Delphos. And so I have a cone track on it. 319, if you live near Union School, you need to get in that safe spot, that lowest interior-most room away from walls and windows, preferably a basement or an underground tornado shelter. But if you don't have that, a bathroom or a closet will do just fine away from those outside walls. The rotation is currently moving just to the west or east of Delphos, moving towards a Union School at around 35 miles per hour to the east. It is south of Aurora. So Union School, once again, 3:19 p.m. Browndale School, 3:27, and Oak Hill, 3:27 as well. If y'all are out there or live out there, y'all need to get in that safe spot because there is this active tornado warning. It's not observed yet, but we have seen signs of lowering wall clouds. So that's just something you need to do right now at least. Jeremy?
All right, thank you, Mitchell. So again, this most dangerous storm is the thing that's moving toward Miltonvale right now. If you're Miltonvale, I strongly encourage you to take shelter. What is that? Oh, thank you. So another concern here is down the line. Near Minneapolis, again, we have a new storm developing right here near Tescott. That could become a tornado, or tornado warning at least. So we have to pay attention to stuff down the line on this as well. Anything along that line can produce a tornado or at least a tornado warning. This storm in Washington County still has a tornado warning with it till 3:45 p.m. The rotation on that looks like it's just west of Morrowville to me. There were several areas of spin in this, but the area that looks like it could be the most serious is this thing very close to and just west of Morrowville, right about there. So this could produce a tornado. It's still Doppler radar indicated. It's moving to the northeast toward Hollenberg. So Washington County, I know we've been doing this for a couple of days here with you guys. It's one more day of this. Tomorrow we're in the 60s near 70 degrees and there's no wild storm risk. So with this again today, probably for several hours. Things are going to go on for several hours today. And then after this today, tomorrow we can all chill, hopefully. So I don't think tomorrow's anything like this. And this is a rare day, of course. So, but this is a dangerous one. So we're going to have to stay on this. Obviously. All right, so it looks like Mike is in the heavy rain now. He's still chasing that storm, but yeah, I see what's happened to him. So our storm chaser, Mike, go back to that here. Mike is chasing that rotation, that potential tornado. And now the rain is coming across Highway 81, so he is in this rain. So that's why when I go over to his feed, it's going to look like this. I mean, that's just part of storm chasing. So we can't see if there's a tornado over there because he is wrapped up in the rain now. So we'll see if he gets another look at it. But right now, he's truly chasing after something that doesn't have to follow north, south, and east, west roads. That's one of the complications of chasing. Looking closer here at Milton Vale, there's your hook. This is serious. If you're in Milton Vale, you've got to take shelter right now, please. Have you guys checked the pictures on audience?
I'll check them.
Thank you. All right, so Milton Vale, real serious now. You need to take shelter right now. If you haven't already, take shelter. This will be past Milton Vale in probably 15 minutes. Milton Vale, I want you to take shelter. Please. Next in line, Clifton, Morganville. You are almost sure to have a tornado warning with us in a few minutes. Okay? So where are you going to take shelter? Are you in a mobile home? Are you in a place that you don't feel safe in a tornado? Could you go to grandma's house right now and be safer in a basement? I don't know your family situation, everybody, obviously, but think about where you could go right now and maybe get moving. If you're not in a place you feel safe, this is the time to go. You don't want to start moving around when a tornado warning is issued. Okay? So you have a few minutes here in Clifton, Morganville before the tornado warning is issued, and probably 30 minutes before this would get to you. I would encourage you in those places, if you have a place to go with a better shelter, this is the time to do it. Don't wait until the thing gets to you. Up here in Washington County, this storm near Morrowville, near Hollenberg, potential tornado with this. It's not as wild looking. The rotation doesn't look as strong, but it's still close to Morrowville. It's moving toward Hollenberg. It's a new update with it. Let me read the update text on this. And the Weather Service says at 3:08, just now, they see potential tornado near Morrowville, moving northeast 35 miles per hour. So they're saying the same thing. Hanover, Morrowville, Hollenberg, take shelter. Okay? So please take shelter. Hanover, Morrowville, Hollenberg. They're seeing that rotation just west of Morrowville, very close to Morrowville. Down south, this is the strongest sign on radar of a tornado I've seen with this so far. It's getting close to Milton Vale. Milton Vale, take shelter. I can't see it from my storm chaser right now. He is in a curtain of rain in a separate storm trying to catch up to it. I'm going to look at debris here and see if I see anything flying, and I certainly hope that we don't.
It's probably only picking up winds from the inflow.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Milton Vale, you should be taking shelter right now. That's a dangerous looking storm. It's still Doppler radar estimated at this point, but it is a tornado warning. When we had a look at it from our storm chaser a few minutes ago, it looked like it was about to touch down, and now it's just the other side of the rain curtain from him. What I'm doing now is I'm tilting the radar up and looking through the storm.
Atreyu has a pretty good view.
He does. Okay, thank you. In the rain?
Yeah, but you also can see something to the right. Well, he did.
Trey Nyhart is chasing that as well. There in Ottawa County. And again, he's in that rain curtain too. This is what Mike Sharuas has. And he looks like he's getting out of the rain there, so he's closer to it. I'm going to check the higher resolution monitor I have over here to see if I can see it any better. Now he's turning around there. I can't tell. I just can't tell. If he's got something, he's getting closer to it. All right.
He's on Highway 24 towards
24?
Space Center.
Okay, thank you. All right, so in the next few minutes here, we're going to have a tornado warning almost surely issued for the northwest part of Clay County. And it might go into Washington County, another one for Washington County. So you've had tornado warning after tornado warning. You probably had 8 or 10 of them the last couple of days. The rotation there close to Morrowville, Hanover, Hollenberg, you're close to this one. You should be taking shelter right now. I don't have confirmation it's on the ground. We don't have that. But it could touch down any time. and the storms today could produce tornadoes quickly. So we're getting to 3:11 p.m. here, getting the warmer time of the day. Temperature is still warm across the area, so these storms have plenty of daylight and plenty of moisture and fuel to keep them going. And I have no doubt this is going to be a long day of tornado warnings, and hopefully we don't have anything damaged, but the risk is there. There's a lot of risk today. I mean, there just really is. That's the temperature tomorrow.
I've had a couple questions come in about
Go to Mitchell.
potential tornado watches for more of the eastern part of our area.
Say what?
Are you asking this? Or?
Yeah.
What are they asking?
When do you think they may issue a tornado watch for the more eastern parts of our area?
Topeka could have the tornado watch. I mean, the risk of seeing storms in Topeka is going to be closer to 7 o'clock or maybe later. So it's going to be a while, most likely. But, you know, it could be sooner than that. We just don't know. But the computer models are showing the storms arriving in Topeka much later, 7, 8, 9 o'clock. All right, come over by me, guys, please. So here's what we got going on. Not that. All right, I just closed out of Mike, so I have to get that back. There's Trey's feed. He's chasing that storm into the southeast part of Cloud County. And the next few minutes here, this is going to be over in Morganville, Clay Center. You'll be in the path of this. Miltonvale, it's right on top of you now. There's a rotating part of this. And there's a second storm now that's starting to spin up there over Minneapolis. This has spin too. And you can be sure that's going to have a tornado warning here in just a couple of minutes. Miltonvale, I want you taking shelter now. If you're in Miltonvale, you could have a tornado at any moment in town.
It looks like there's sort of kind of a small CC drop with that one.
The Miltonvale storm?
Yeah, you can see it from right here.
Okay. All right, let's check out the debris mode here. There's areas of blue showing up that could be debris. As it came across Highway 81, we might have hit something there. It could be branches or leaves. We don't know there's debris from a home or something, but as it came across Highway 81 there, it looks like it may have picked something up, but that area of blue there showing up, looks like that certainly could be debris showing up on the radar. So Miltonvale, please take cover now. You may have a tornado right now getting into town in the next few moments. I mean, it's right there, if not in town. So it looks like when it came across Highway 80, just east of Highway 81, it might have picked up something. So Miltonvale, take shelter. Morganville, you need to be ready to take shelter. This is coming your way in the next few minutes. The Weather Service has not issued a tornado warning yet for northwest Clay County, but we're looking at the rotation is only about 18 miles southwest of Morganville, and it's moving at 40 miles per hour. So
yeah, and that thing looks low on Trey's.
it looks what?
That thing looks like it's lowering on.
Oh my,
Trey's.
okay, thank you. All right, here's Trey's feed again. Finally got one of the chasers out of the heavy rain so we can see again. Come on. There we go. This is, come on, faster, there we go. This is Trey's video. And this is what's over Miltonvale right now. I can't tell if it's on the ground or not, but that cloud is awfully close. Looks like, okay, there's a gap there, all right. That's the structure of it. You can see the updraft and all this, a wall cloud, but you know we can't tell if it's down. Miltonvale, that cloud is so low. My gosh, that is just right barely off the ground. So that's still a very serious storm moving toward Miltonvale and then moving toward Morganville as well. You're going to be in the path of that too. So that's Trey Nyhart is storm chasing that. I believe he's on that Highway 81 as well. He must be just ahead of Mike is my guess, and just kind of out of the rain. But that's still a very impressive storm, that updraft. And that again is moving to the southeast part of Cloud County, then moving into the northwest part of Clay County. So if you are in the Morganville area, be ready to take shelter. Clay Center, you should be ready too. And over around Miltonvale, I hope you're already taking shelter. That's a dangerous, dangerous storm. It's getting awfully close to you there. All right, so back on the radar here. We have the tornado warning near Morrowville. That's spinning up more now, just south of Hollenberg. There's more of a spin showing up there on the radar, the reflectivity image. There's the rotation on radar. Hollenberg, you should be taking shelter right now, please. Hanover, you should be taking shelter. Washington, this is probably just north of you. But that tornado warning goes till 3:45. And putting it in motion, you can see this batch of greens and reds together, tightening up with the brighter reds. That's some intensification just south of Hollenberg. So take shelter, Hollenberg, Hanover. You guys are in that area where that could touch down at any time. Folks around Milton Vale, you've got a potential tornado. You're very close to town right now. And then Morganville, you'll be in the path of this too. And that's what it looks like from Trey Neihart's feed. So what we'll see there is that this is not on the ground. That's the updraft. But the tornado, if it touches down, is going to be in there, or maybe just the right of that. And he's awfully close to that storm that's over Milton Vale right now. With a lot of rotation. And again, these storms could produce a tornado at any moment, or even a big tornado. That's a real possibility. Down the line here, this storm that's forming over Minneapolis has a hook too. And that could produce a tornado. It's not a tornado warning yet, but that one has potential that it could become a tornado warning at least at any moment here. All right. Yeah, this thing near Minneapolis is almost sure to have a tornado warning with it in a moment too. Across state line in Nebraska, quite a few of those have tornado warnings. We have the two we're tracking here, and I fully expect to see a tornado warning issue for the north part of Clay County here in the next couple of minutes. I'm going to drag another frame over here in my show. There we go. Okay. What I'm going to look at here is I'm going to look at dew points, wind direction, and the radar all together. Real quick, I'm trying to track where the back edge of this threat is. So we've got Concordia, the dew point just dropped off to 62 with a northwest wind. Dew point Manhattan still 70. Dew point 72 in Emporia. Salina south wind 69 dew points. So the areas of the wind's coming in from the northwest, the humidity is lower, and the storm threat is lower. Areas ahead of that line of storms, the storm threat continues and will continue much of the evening. That's the storm there near Milton Vale. Again, the rotating updraft right there. If it's down, I don't see it down, but it certainly could touch down at any point. Doesn't look as wild to me as it did a few minutes ago on the radar, but still in the northwest part of Clay County, around Morganville, you should be ready to take shelter. As I'd fully expect to see a tornado warning issued with that any moment here. Clay Center, I'm not sure if you'll be in the warning. They may take it just to the northwest of you. They'd probably draw it something like that, is my guess. But I don't know that for sure. Just kind of a heads up, though, if you're around Morganville, Clifton, you're probably going to be in a tornado warning here in the next couple of minutes. This storm, very close to Minneapolis, this has rotation with it too. Got a hook showing up right there, right over Highway 81, just south of the path of the last one. And again, it's not down. And that one's still a severe storm warning. Now, if you're farther out ahead of this, I'll go ahead and give you the update on the watch. We have a tornado watch that goes until 8 p.m. Mitchell's asking, said folks were asking about farther east. So, what we have right now is called a PDS tornado watch. PDS meaning particularly dangerous situation. And they don't say that all the time. So this is the tornado watch we have until 8 o'clock. Later this evening, we're almost sure to see another tornado watch or severe storm watch issued farther east. So Topeka, Emporia, Lawrence, we're all going to have severe weather later this evening. Not sure if it'll be a tornado watch or a severe storm watch, but the risk of seeing big tornadoes is really in that PDS tornado watch that's been issued. So in Topeka, we can't rule out a tornado, or Emporia, The higher risk of seeing big ones is really in that yellow area going until 8 p.m. So we've still got several hours of that going on. There's a Trey Neihart still chasing that thing as it moves into the southeast part of Cloud County, and I fully expect to see the northwest part of Clay County in the tornado warning in a few moments here, and probably seeing Washington County in it too. All right, to the north, this is what we have there in Washington County, near Hollenberg. That's what this rotation is now. If you're in Hollenberg, you should be taking shelter. If you're in the Hanover area, that's probably going to stay north of you now. You're still in the tornado warning in Hanover. Hollenberg, you should be taking shelter. If you're along Highway 148 north of Hanover, it's coming in your direction. Or if you're along the state line there, east of Hollenberg and southeast of Hollenberg, you're in the path of potential tornado too. So this area right there, that's a potential tornado.
They just issued a extension for Clay, Cloud, Washington for the one down south.
Thank you, Mitchell. So Mitchell's letting us know that they did issue the tornado warning just now, out ahead of that rotation that's over Miltonvale.
I'll read it and do a storm check.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, you stay on there.
All right, so there's the rotation there over Miltonvale. Moving to the northeast, about 40 miles per hour. It's going to put it in Morganville at 346. Clay Center, you are in the tornado warning. So if it moves your direction, it's about 351. If it goes more to the northwest, you've got Clifton at 348. But the rotation is almost right on top of Miltonvale right now. And it's not as nasty as it was, but it still produced a tornado. Mitchell, go ahead.
All right, so I got a storm track here for that storm. We currently have a tornado warning warned for Clay, Cloud, and Washington County until 4:15, producing hail up to 2 inches. If you live anywhere in Morganville, you need to get in that safe spot, lowest interior most room, away from walls and windows, preferably a basement or a storm shelter, but a closet and bathroom work just fine if they're in the interior of your house. This is moving just north of Miltonvale now along Highway 24 and is moving towards Morganville. 347 Morganville, it will arrive. 347 Morganville Elementary School, if you live anywhere near there, it will arrive there. So Jeremy has something, so send it back to him.
All right, Mitchell, here's a look at the storm, and Trey Neihart is chasing this. You got a very good look at the lowering there. Again, this is very close to Miltonvale. It's moving toward Morganville. So we have eyes on it. I don't see this on the ground right now, and the National Weather Service hasn't confirmed it being on the ground. But we have a Doppler radar indicated rotation that could produce a tornado any time. So that's it. We've got Trey is on this, and we also have Mike Sharuas is chasing the same storm. They're both giving us great looks at this, and right now, it's a dangerous storm, no doubt. It has not touched down yet. It's been rotating for more than an hour, I believe, at this point, and fortunately, it has not yet touched down. I want to show you the other version here. This is the radar as well as the dew point images. And right away, I see I need to go back to Mike. This is Mike Sharuas' image. He's chasing that same storm too. And you can see that lowering as it's moving into the northwest part of Clay County. Morganville, take shelter, please. This is the storm. You can see a couple of different lowerings there as this is moving toward Morganville right now. Clay Center is in the tornado warning. It'll probably stay just north of Clay Center. But Clay Center, you're in the tornado warning. You should take shelter. Again, that's live video from Mike Sharuas. Storm chasing out there in the southeast part of Cloud County, chasing the storm over into Clay County. And that's what he's seeing right now live from his storm chase vehicle. The antler collector, if you want to check him out on YouTube, you can see him as well. He's an interesting guy. If you're into deer antlers, that kind of thing, there's nobody that knows more about deer antlers than this guy. I'm telling you, the antler collector on YouTube, that's who this guy is. You can follow him along with us if you want to, but that's his page. So he is right there, and this is just passed by Miltonvale. And we didn't see it touch down. It looked like it might have had some debris showing up on the correlation coefficient a few minutes ago. So it might have touched down. We don't know. That Morganville, you're in the path of this, and it's still a very dangerous storm. But we got the southwest part of Washington County in this tornado warning, and the north part of Clay County in this tornado warning. To the north, Hanover, Hollenberg. You're so close to this. I think that this rotation will stay north of Hanover. But Hollenberg, you should be taking shelter right now, immediately. If you're in Hollenberg, This thing has been, looks like it's tightening up. So please take shelter there in Hollenberg right now. We've got winds going one direction, 54 miles per hour, in the opposite direction, 17 miles per hour, right beside each other. And that's the radar at 60 miles out, so it's probably tighter than that closer in. But that's a dangerous storm that's very close to Hollenberg right now. Please take shelter there in the Hollenberg area. All right, so there's the storm now that's moving into Morganville, close to you. Mike Shrewis is back on this, still on it. I don't want to overreact to things when I see them on, on the camera. I don't look at that and say, oh my gosh, tornado about to touch down. That's what my eyes tell me as soon as I look over at that, but that doesn't look like what it is. It looks like it's still forming. We're certainly in the right spot here. But if you're in Morganville, you have potential developing tornado heading towards you right now in Morganville. And I think this will stay north of Clay Center. But that is a dangerous storm. It's the northwest part of Clay County. That's heading your way. The southwest part of Washington County is in that tornado warning too. The most immediate threat is definitely Morganville. Clifton, you're in the path of this as well. I want Clifton to take shelter. I want Morganville to take shelter. Location of the rotation there is just about to come across the county line. There's Highway 24 here. This is the county line between Ottawa County, or between Cloud County and Clay County. And that tornado would be very close to Buffalo Road, just north of Highway 24. Just about to go across 80. And Morganville, to give you a distance of how far away from you this is, maybe 10 miles still. So not that far. It's like I've lost Mike's feed for a minute. That happens with storm chasers when there are areas where the cell connection is not perfect, of course. So let's zoom in and look at the storm in Washington County again. There's a cluster of these storms with tornado warnings there in the south part of Nebraska. The thing near Hollenberg had some strong rotation with it. The Hollenberg, I still want you taking shelter, please. The rotation actually from that is past Hollenberg now and is right about there. It's about to come across the state line into Nebraska. So Hollenberg, I don't think you're in danger of a tornado right now. Just east of you certainly would be, near 29th Road and Xavier Road. 20th and Xavier. This area, if you live in this area close to it, that's where this tornado would be if there's one in this. I'm trying to reload the storm chaser footage here, see if I've lost him. What do you have, Mitchell?
Management's asking, so I can take over for you.
For me to eat?
Yeah, later.
Huh?
Whenever you want.
Oh, I don't want anything.
Okay.
I have a big Sonic Coca-Cola. I'm okay all day. Thank you. All right. Morganville. I'm watching you close. I don't see Mike's feed now. And Trey is also out of service at the moment. So I can't see my storm chasers. They're just in an area where they don't have great cell service. So that's what's up there. But what I do want to alert you to, new developments here, is down the line, this storm that's just passed by Minneapolis, this is not a rerun or something we just did. This is another storm that's just a little bit south of the first storm. So this is another storm with another hook echo developing in a similar area. So what we've got here is temperatures are continuing to warm during the sunny part of the day. I don't know what its peak temperature is right now. You guys have that? I can't even load it in my show here.
83.
83? Let's see if I can drag it over here. I really wish I had it in here, but I just don't. I don't know how I don't have it in here, but I don't. So this is the warmest time of the day, of course, the next couple of hours. We're not going to suddenly start to cool down. So we still have plenty of heat energy for these storms to continue to build. So I don't expect this threat to die down anytime soon. This is going to go on for hours. I would be surprised if we're not covering tornado warnings from now all the way to 8 or 9 p.m. I'd really be surprised if we're not at any point here. Morganville, I've been calling you out for a while here. I still want you taking shelter. You have the rotating storm just to your west-southwest, maybe about 8 miles right now. Right at 8 miles. And in Morganville, you have this rotating storm just straight to your west. It is right on Highway 80. You're getting close to it. Very close to the intersection of Buffalo Road and Highway 80. Morganville, that's how close this thing is to you. If you're in that area along 80 or Buffalo Road, you are in danger right now. Again, we do not have confirmation of this on the ground. I have not seen it touch down from our storm chasers. Of course, they're out of service at the moment, but that could touch down any moment. Morganville and around Morganville, please take shelter. This next storm right there, this is starting to hook. This next one is not quite as impressive near Minneapolis, just northwest of Bennington, but as I loop this, what you'll see, I'll bring on the composite radar so you can see all of them. Let's go back, instead of 30 minutes, we'll go back 2 hours so you can see the progression of all this. So 2 hours ago, we'd be at 12:30. We really had the storms kind of popping up. Now, there was nothing south of I-70 at that point. Now we have storms developing almost to Dodge City. Where are these all going? This line is slowly creeping to the east. We're going to deal with all these. Every storm that develops along this line is going to become a severe storm. Really all of them. And we'll be dealing with them over here. Several of them will have tornado warnings with them. This is going to go hours. I mean, I'm serious when I say I don't think we're going to stop tornado coverage until 8 o'clock. I'm not kidding. I really think it'll go that long with continuous tornado warnings. Now, if anything touches down, my gosh, I hope not. But so far, we haven't had anything confirmed to touch down. But right now, the most dangerous thing we have is Morganville. Morganville watching you. Up to the north, the Washington County thing is now a Nebraska problem. I'm concerned about this one developing in the northeast parts of Ottawa County. That could become a tornado warning soon. There's other stuff in southwest Kansas. All that has potential as well. It's all moving in our direction, really all of it. Now I'm going to go back to my dew point map here. Oh, there we go. Now my temperature map up. I knew I had it somewhere. I'm still trying to get reconnected with my storm chasers here too, so bear with me as I do some tech attempts here. All right, so let's check the temperatures. 90 in Salina, 93 in McPherson. Concordia is 63 degrees now. So we found the cold front, and the threat then dies off if you are northwest of there. Is that food? They brought a whole refrigerator for us. Where were they at on, last week? There. Okay.
There's a ton.
Thank you. Thank you all for the food. I'll just chill and snack for a while. 63 in Concordia. Concordia, your risk of tornadoes is now really, really low. So that's great. In Manhattan, you're probably going to be dealing with a tornado threat soon. Marysville, we're still worried about you. Salina, McPherson, these areas where temperatures are really hot. That's where I was talking earlier about the CAPE values. The convective available potential energy was 5,000 joules per kilogram Kelvin, I think is the units on it. college nerdy stuff, but that's where the greatest energy is and was for the stuff to develop, and that's where it is right now. Now through the evening, the computer models are showing this forming into a line of storms continues to make its way east. So areas like Topeka, Holton, Emporia, Burlington, even Manhattan, we're not storming yet, but this is very close to what the computer models were showing the last couple of days. That we would have these individual cells that could produce tornadoes for several hours. And then later in the late afternoon, early evening, this is supposed to form one line or a couple lines and then blast through, with many of us getting severe winds. We could see very large hail. Hail the size of baseballs could still happen tonight. We can see winds of 70, 80 miles per hour with some of these. All that stuff is in play. Now, here's our tornado warning we have going on. Still near Morganville. We're still concerned about you. You are the ones that are in the bullseye of this thing, right out ahead of it. Morganville, you have the greatest risk of this producing a tornado. So if you're in Morganville, I've been yelling you out for a while here, so we've certainly given you plenty of advance notice on this. Take shelter, please. If you're in Clifton, you're probably dealing with big hail in the next few minutes here, but most likely for Clifton, the tornado threat would stay just to your south. But see the big red blob right there? That's the hail core. What you'll see with these, in most cases, is the hail core is north of the tornado. So Morganville gets a tornado threat, Clifton gets the hail threat. That's how this is probably going to work out for you. If you're in Clay Center, you're probably not going to have the tornado threat get to you, but you're right there on the line. Now, if you have a weather call in Clay Center, I'll show you what's interesting there. Just as an example, weather call, we talk about that. You get a call if you're in a warning. If you're south of Highway 24 in Clay Center, you're not getting a call from weather call because you're not in the tornado warning. If you're in the polygon, if you're north that white line, you would get a call from weather call. So this is an example of, that's very specific for folks. So if you're in Clay Center, your weather radio goes off for the whole county for a tornado warning. If you get weather call at $15 a year, sorry to do a sales pitch right now, but it is that specific. And in a situation like this, that's how it would work out. So if you're wondering why you didn't get a weather call on the south side of Clay Center, that's why. And somebody's going to email me today, I'm sure, and say, I'm on the south side of Clay Center, why didn't I get a call? And that's going to be the answer. Morganville, what I see now is that we have two different storm cells that are starting to kind of group together. So what we have is the storm cell here with a tornado warning with it, and a second storm that's developing near Miltonvale, just passing Minneapolis, and they are starting to link up. And that's what we were expecting. What the computer models and the weather service were mentioning is this would likely start to gel into one line. Now, the storm in Nebraska is isolated by itself still. This batch here from Clay Center to Minneapolis is not one nice, neat line, but it's starting to link up some. To the southwest, we have more severe storms developing. This is near Kinsley. This is going to be a long day. This storm near Kinsley, hail the size of quarters, winds to 60. And most likely, we will see severe storm warnings and or tornado warnings developing all along this line and filling in, then moving across northeast Kansas over the next several hours. So we still have this tornado warning right here going till 4:15. Morganville's the closest to this. Clifton, you're probably dealing with hail. I don't think the rotation is going to get up to the Clifton area, thankfully. But it's going to go across Highway 15 here in about 15 minutes or so, and then start making its way into the southern part of Washington County. And Washington County, I've lost count, but I'm sure you have something like 8 or 10 different tornado warnings over the last couple of days. It's been a lot. Morganville, let's look at the velocity again on this. It didn't look as impressive as it did earlier, but we're also in different positions as the storms move around in relation to the radar. It can vary a lot. So that is the Topeka radar looking at it. So still rotation near Morganville. I'm going to tilt up on it. I want to see up higher in the storm. There's still rotation up high. And there's more rotation with the thing that's actually coming out of Ottawa County now. So it's developing down there more. Morganville, take shelter. Please take shelter. You got this dangerous storm coming your way. I haven't seen it touch down. Our storm chasers had pretty good looks at it earlier, that it was certainly producing a wall cloud. It looked like it was getting down. We might even have some debris as it came across Highway 81 a little while ago, maybe. I'm not sure if it touched down. It might have, but I'm not quite sure. Then over here, new severe storm warnings being issued. Let's see the text on this dude. We've got 60-mile-per-hour winds and ping-pong ball-sized hail for Clay, Cloud, and Washington, Kansas. That's this new warning, that big purple air that just got dropped here. Just now. Okay, so that's this one. So that is a warning for the storm that we're talking about with the tornado potential. So they are talking about, let's see with this one. They say that they have a severe storm warning, storm located over Vining, moving northeast at 40 miles per hour. Ping pong ball size hail, 60 mile per hour gusts. Clyde, Clifton, Lynn, Greenleaf, Morganville, Palmer, and Vining all in the path of this storm. So, and they've dropped the tornado warning. There we go. So they've canceled the tornado warning there. And they say, the storm that prompted the warning is weakened below severe limits and no longer appears capable of producing tornadoes. Therefore, the warning canceled. However, small hail and gusty winds still possible with the storm. All right. So that storm no longer has a tornado warning with it. We don't have any tornado warnings in the WIBW coverage area at this point. That's amazing. Awesome. Okay. So let's look at what we do have. We have a severe storm near Clifton, moving toward Lynn and Palmer. I'm going to check out the hail on this and where the hail is. It's close to Clifton. That's where I see the biggest hail right now, right about there. Winds to 60. Hail the size of a ping pong ball is possible with this. Farther to the southwest here, there's a hail core right over Milton Vale. That's the next storm. That also has ping pong ball size hail, winds to 60 possible. Down here, north of Minneapolis, this thing has hail the size of ping pong balls that are possible, moving across Highway 81. Have more storms down here, near Ellsworth right now. That's moving northeast. All right. Washington County flash flood warning. Okay. Thank you, Doug. So let's check out the rain here and how much rain we might have had fall. All right, there we go. These areas have had the extreme rain today. Right there in the north part of Washington County. Some spots have had at least 2 inches of rain just over the last couple of hours. So a flash flood warning right there going until 7:15 p.m. Down the line on this. Again, we don't have any tornado warnings now in our viewing area. We'll see if they start filling back in or not. But we still have areas of rotation showing up. There's one right there just southeast of Clifton near Palmer. And I want to see what sort of spin we have on this thing. Just southeast of Palmer, of Clifton. Watch out. All right. I'm going to back the frames up here a little bit and see what we had a few minutes ago. Oops. So the rotations we have right now, if something gets issued, we're still watching that. That's a spin right here, just northwest of Morganville. That's the spin that exists now. So spin over here, just northeast of Minneapolis.
This was the wall cloud 10 minutes ago.
Okay, 10 minutes ago. Okay, thank you. And across the state line in Nebraska, you can see some more wild activity going on up there where they have tornado warnings in place. So for us around here, we'll check out some cameras and see what we've got in the sky. Let's do Emporia. We'll see if we're cloud covered or what we got going on. Okay. So in Emporia right now, still seeing plenty of sunshine. The temperatures right now, got 83 in Topeka, 90 in Salina, 93 McPherson. But Concordia is probably done with the tornado risk. We're all going to see these severe storm winds most likely developing as the evening goes on. But that area where the temperatures are cooler around Concordia, you're most likely out of the tornado risk. I haven't seen the watch lately to see if they dropped some counties off of that. Where is it? Watch. Let's see if they dropped the counties off the west side of the watch or not. Okay. So no tornado warnings in northeast Kansas right now, thankfully. They still have Concordia. They still have Republic and Cloud County in the tornado watch till 8 p.m. I don't know how I wound up with that image in there, but that's old. That's from last night. There we go. We got the correct one in here. And I'll take this temperature map with me. All right, so this is going to be the correct watch map. So we have a tornado watch till 8 p.m. We have a flash flood watch for a lot of the area as well. So the tornado watch going until 8 p.m. The PDS tornado watch where they say that we could see big tornadoes as a possibility. I'll check out the Storm Prediction Center, see if they have any updates. Okay, all right. I'm going to ask Melissa if she wants to try a 4 o'clock show if we don't have active tornado watches. Okay? Or you want to ask her? Can you ask her? So I don't have any active tornado watches. If you want to try a 4 o'clock show, then it's not unreasonable to try one right now. All right. Okay. Are you got a mic? You got a mic?
Yeah.
All right, we still have that tornado watch though in place. Haven't seen anything else issued, but let's run through our model real quick and we can show you the model and how it's really panning out. So we've gone through this afternoon. We have some cells popping up. This line of storms will start to form a line throughout the area just to the east of where we have already seen these storms occurring. And as we go through around 4, 5, 6, and 7 o'clock through 8 o'clock, we will start to see that line really move towards the east, towards areas like Holton, Topeka, Council Grove, all the way down into South Kansas. So that's just something we need to be paying attention for as we go through our evening. Most likely, the spin-up tornado threat will be more likely rather than the discrete supercells with the large tornadoes, but we also will see damaging winds and possibly some hail with these storms. And the hail could possibly be pretty big as well as it rolls through the areas behind where y'all have already seen storms to here in Topeka as this line rolls through right before sunset. So we really need to keep an eye out. While there aren't any tornado warnings right now here in northeast Kansas, we will still see severe thunderstorm warnings, and we could see some tornado warnings issued as well as this line forms going throughout the area as the cold front rushes in behind the cells that we're currently dealing with. And so 10 o'clock, the line's right, coming through Topeka, Lawrence, Osage City, Emporia, or around 10. That's just an estimate by the models. 11, 12, 1. That's about the window that everything has rolled through, and we're left with some back-building rain possibly behind that line of storms. So I'll pass it back to Jeremy, and he can...
Thank you, Mitchell. All right, so here's what's up. We have no tornado warnings in the area right now, and we have severe storm warnings, but it is fully reasonable to do a 4 o'clock newscast right now. We have this PDS tornado watch, and I'm in here, Doug's in here, Mitchell's in here, everybody's in here. We've got a buffet in here ready to go. Amazing. Melissa Jarbo apparently contributed that. Thank you. We appreciate that greatly. So, but if we don't have any tornado warnings, then we're not going to eat up all the coverage on WIBW TV on 13.1 right now. We're going to do the 4 o'clock newscast. If something starts spinning, we see a tornado warning, we're jumping back on immediately. So what I'm seeing is there are isolated storms beginning to develop out ahead of the line. These things can become severe, they can become tornadic. We're watching every single thing that pops up on this radar. Everything. We're watching everything on this. So what we see right now is we have hail the size of ping pong balls possible near Lynn, Kansas. We have hail the size of ping pong balls heading toward Morganville, Kansas. And we have hail that's probably the size of a $50 that's getting close to Milton Vale. Down the line, these storms are still developing. This stuff can become severe as well, and there still is tornado risk. The tornado watch goes until 8 p.m. Now, the tornado risk will go later than that. And as Mitchell was saying, as these storms start grouping up, the risk of large tornadoes, long track tornadoes, that kind of scary stuff, that starts to diminish somewhat. Not saying zero. It's not all clear. We still have this tornado watch. Now, for Topeka, Osage City, Emporia, Burlington, we're not in the initial tornado watch because this PDS tornado watch, they issued that awfully early in the day because there was a threat of seeing these isolated storms that could have produced a big monster tornado someplace. Doesn't mean a whole bunch of them, but anything would have been bad. So they didn't see that possibility of seeing one of these tornadoes popping up this early in the day for Topeka, Emporia, Burlington, Osage City. You can bet there'll be either a severe storm watch or a tornado watch issued farther southeast later in the afternoon or early evening. Now in the computer models, we are still expecting to see these storms all grouping up, and we'll all see at least some storm or some rain this evening. This is 5 p.m., 6 p.m., the computer model showing the line from Marysville through Abilene. Now, a few moments ago, Doug just let me know the tornado watch has been canceled up here in Republic and Cloud counties because the storms have cooled things down, the dew point's lower, the temperatures are cooler. You're out of the wild risk of weather in Republic and Cloud County for now. What's that? Republic was gone.
Yes.
Okay. Correction. Cloud County, you are not out of the tornado watch just yet. You will be soon. By 11 o'clock, we got the storms in Burlington up to Kansas City. By that time, this is all most likely hail the size of golf balls, wind gusts of 60 or worse. So that's still a possibility late into the evening. But the possibility of seeing a big, long track tornado, that kind of stuff, is not as bad now as it was an hour ago. And these storms, the fact that they're not maintaining the super strong updrafts that they had, that's a great sign. So right now, we're getting closer to 4 o'clock, and Melissa Bruner has guests here for for 13 News at 4, and the Red Couch Show, or miss you, Ralph, but I mean, he's fine, but he's still around. But we don't see anything high end right now that warrants staying on here, rambling for 9 straight hours. But it's certainly possible we can kick back up. So right now we have ping pong ball size hail possible heading toward Lynn, Greenleaf, Palmer. Over here in Morganville, you've got another storm coming your way with hail that could be the size of a ping pong ball or a $50. On the velocity here, earlier we were looking at things and we saw rotation all over the place. There's still spin near Milton Vale. Right there, that's a spin. If it spins a little more, the Weather Service goes tornado warning, or we see a reason, we'll break on and talk about it. There's a rotation right there. This is just straight south of Palmer, but it's not a super tight or a strong rotation, so we're watching it. There's a severe storm warning with that. It's not a tornado. Across the state line in Nebraska, stuff like that. You can see the difference. The brighter colors here, stronger velocities, that's a greater threat for a tornado. So something like that is not going on in our coverage area right now, thankfully. And again, if it does, we'll let you know. How close are we to going with this show? Melissa, do they have a countdown?
Well, 3 minutes.
3 minutes?
Whenever you want us to.
Whenever I want you to? I'll talk forever, but if I give you a couple extra minutes, it's not a bad thing either. All right, so again, we're watching this line. This is going to fill in over the evening. We do have a tornado warning across the state line in Nebraska, but right now the threat for seeing tornadoes still exists in northeast Kansas, but there are no active tornado warnings in our area right now. The tornado watch goes until 8 p.m. for most of us. If you're in Topeka, Emporia, Burlington, Osage City, we do not have that tornado watch over here yet. Most likely, as the evening goes on, we will see the storms continue to fill in, and the National Weather Service will issue the severe storm watch or a tornado watch that goes farther to the south and east. So again, if you're in Topeka, we're still going to see severe weather this evening. This threat of seeing this line filling in still exists. So farther down the line, Topeka, Emporia, Burlington, Ottawa, Lawrence, Oskaloosa, we'll see this almost surely filling in as a line of severe storms. Now, within that line, we'll probably have embedded tornadoes or embedded tornado warnings. That stuff will probably kick in later this evening. And we're not really past the hottest part of the day yet. Typically, usually for northeast Kansas, we don't see tornado warnings this early in the day. Most of our tornado warnings are after 5 p.m. And usually kind of end by 11 p.m. or so. So this is still early in the day to see this kind of stuff going on. So 87 degrees in Manhattan right now, still could hit 90. Topeka's 85, will probably get a little warmer, but the atmosphere is still warming and still very unstable out here where the winds are still from the south. So we do expect to see this line of storms that exists become more continuous, more organized, and again, it will start moving through the area during the evening hours. The good news about this, great news about this really, is that storms that are in a line don't tend to form the big hairy tornadoes you're talking about 10 years later. Okay, so the threat of that is much lower than it was, thankfully. But the threat of seeing tornadoes has not fallen off. The threat of seeing the bigger ones is lower than it was. I don't want to downplay it too much, but we're in a better situation now than it looked like we were a little while ago. All right, we're going to continue on here with the 4 o'clock newscast, and I'll do normal weather and those kind of things in the show unless we start to get tornadoes, and then of course we'll start to talk forever again. Melissa?
Jeremy, thank you so very much. And with that, welcome into Ion Northeast Kansas. Glad to have you with us today at 4. Our first alert weather team, as you have been hearing, has all eyes on that severe weather threat that already has started up tonight. Jeremy, since you've been talking about the weather, would you like us to just move on into our guests today at 4?
Yes.
Okay, that's what we're going to do.
Absolutely.
We have our Topeka Police Officer, our Topeka Police Chief, Chris Vallejo, is in the studio about the department's new community policing policy. Also, what the library has planned to support summer reading, what the Shawnee Choral Society has in store for its next concert, and we take you inside the new exhibit opening tomorrow at Kansas Children's Discovery Center. If the weather cooperates, we're going to get through all of that, plus we'll get another look at the forecast in a little bit. So we start today with the Topeka Police Department. They have a new policy on community policing. It was just issued, and Topeka Police Chief Chris Vallejo is here with Commander Colleen Stewart, along with Community Policy Advisory Board member Dr. Amy Memmer. Welcome to all of you. Appreciate you being here. Glad the weather is settling down a little bit so we can have this conversation, because I've been looking forward to it, Chief. What is this policy? When did it come about?
Well, the vision when I got here is, one, ask what community policing is here. It's very contextual, it's very localized. So what it could mean in one city compared to another city, it's inherently local. So I wanted to find that out. So the best way to do that is to ask questions. So we implemented a survey late last year, got some great answers and feedback, and along the way we developed a community policing advisory committee with Dr. Memmer as part of it, and we have Colleen Stewart, was the author of the name Community Connections, which is something new. I'll let her detail what that is.
Okay.
But it helps me as the chief of police put something in a standard policy that my folks and that the community can use to understand what is exactly community engagement, community policing, community connection, means here in Topeka and how the police department will follow that.
And Dr. Memmer, what was the input that you gave? How long of a process was this, and who were you all hearing from?
So I think when I first was approached to be part of this process, I'm not sure I even understood what all it would entail and what it would look like, but it's been a gradual process. The more we get into each policy, the more we figure out how to get feedback from community members and communicate that and make sure that we have that transparency and cooperation with the police department. That's been wonderful.
As you guys all worked, what was a gap that you discovered existed?
I don't know that we've seen a gap necessarily, but there's been times where we maybe have a difference of opinion that comes up. And I think the department and the representatives that we have on there with the officers have been wonderful in talking through some of the questions that we have. Sometimes it's just that, it's not even a concern, it's just a, I'm not sure what this means for TPD or in our community. And talking through those processes, and it's really helped me understand some of the policies and see where they're coming from and what that background is, to know how they're working, and then hearing from community members and giving that input back to make sure that the collaboration, the accountability, and that transparency is there.
So then all of this gets down to you, Commander Stewart. What was the lesson you learned?
The lesson I learned, especially from the survey results, is that the community wants us out there when it's not a crisis. Yes, they have 911 to call us, but they want to see us walking their neighborhood and just saying hello. They want more of that. And they want to be engaged with us in more community events. So whether we put that on or we attend from a community standpoint that's being promoted, they just want to see us in a non-crisis situation.
And the chief mentioned community connections.
Yes.
That's come out of this. What is that?
So there's kind of a hierarchy, if you will. Community policing, you know, that's something that we've done for a very long time. That's all strategic, that's all enforcement. But the community doesn't want to see that enforcement one-on-one. They want to see the positive interaction. So we have community relations, but that's structured events. Connections is the intention. It's the deliberate intention to try to have that positive interaction with the citizen, the community member on whatever topic it is that we're there for, whether it's a call and we leave them better than we found them, or whether we're not on a call and we are just engaging with residents in the neighborhood.
So with all of that in mind, you guys sent me a copy of the policy and it's many pages long. Where do we go from here with that? How do we ensure it's not just a document, Chief? That's okay, we got this great policy and everything that Commander Stewart said sounded great. Dr. Memmer said she learned some things. What about the rest of us? Where do we go from here so the whole community understands this?
First, I want to be, it's going to be available, I believe, somewhere on your website. If not, it's on our website. I want to put it out there, hold me accountable for that. I model that, our command staff models that, and we put that into our electric poll system where people have to sign and agree to follow that policy. And not only that, we also teach them how to do it.
All right, a lot of things going on. I appreciate you all being here and filling us in on that. Guess what? The weather did not cooperate very long, so we are going to head it back over to our First Alert weather team for the latest on a tornado warning in our viewing area.
Okay, we got 2 new tornado warnings just coming in back to back here in just no time at all. So here's what we've got. We've got near Palmer and Lynn, a new tornado warning just coming down the last couple moments here. We've had reports of maybe a funnel cloud with this possibly.